finally announced!
Is this gonna be the thing?
What? Who told you that?
I don't know. I just feel like it makes sense. Right? Plus, it would explain why he has been here the past 2 weeks.
Oh, I was wondering who that was.
Jax, I love it. I was wondering who that was. Just T-posing.
It's even funnier that you posted that before we knew they were actually working on season
T-posing. Is this the Code Lyoko thing? I guess.
You know what? I think this is a good start for the video.
Oh my
just
God.
play this first to get into the discussion.
Depending on who Jerome and Sophie like hooked up with to make season 5, like maybe this actually it will be like an indie collab.
Yeah, that would be funny. It'd be cool.
I honestly think it would not be
hooked up with Glitch Studios.
God,
wouldn't be hard to write a Code Lyoko Digital Circus crossover. Just have like one of Xana's replicas be the same computer that like the circus is in.
I don't understand this replica at all. Why is it a circus?
No, the circus is out right now.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like Xana trying to get into Kane, but then he immediately gets out and he's just like, dude, you need fucking help. Like, he just jumps right out of there. He's just like, no. I don't want to.
Someone would have way too much fun with Jeremy using Code Earth on the big tops.
Oh my God.
God. What? I mean, I guess yes. It could. Because then it would be like, do they just become clones of themselves? That is interesting. That is really interesting.
Yes, it is interesting. It'd be a mess, but it would be an interesting mess.
Yes.
I got a gut feeling that the new sequel is Code Lyoko into the Lyokoverse, and everything will be canon, just its own separate pocket dimension.
That would be wild.
Should we just have an episode dedicated to Ulrich's dad just being a bum?
Oh my God.
And just sucking ass.
I would love an official Code Lyoko thing that was just like brought in stuff from Chronicles and Evolution, so people, mainstream CL fans, can actually see just how insane Chronicles is.
And the MMO that was canceled.
Oh my!
And the games that may or may not be canon.
I heard legends about
volcano replica.
Is there a volcano sector? I don't know.
In Quest for Infinity, yes.
Throwing Garage Kids just for kicks and giggles.
Yes.
Yeah. They see another Ulrich and he has like a binary sword and it's like, whoa.
That's one of the biggest things we lost.
That shit's so that would have been so awesome and probably hell to animate, but fuck it, they should have done it anyway.
It'd probably be easy for them to do it now.
Now, yes, but like back then, having a sword that constantly just like flashes ones and zeros at all times, especially with how often he keeps his sword out and drawn, like that would probably be annoying to edit, just for like several episodes at a time. All right, so we're reading this first and then going over our thoughts, or what?
No, we don't have to read over it. I just have it so y'all just have it. I will be sending the pictures that I got from this stock. Just going over one by one.
I will read this later on my own time.
Yeah. You're probably gonna. I'm gonna share it one by one anyway. So.
Is that the translation Shizu did?
That's what. Yeah, this is the Shizu translation. I think we haven't gotten a full-on one yet, and we're supposed to get one early this coming week with the video footage with subtitles. So. That would be really fun. I can't wait to see like people's
Give a
expressions.
big round of applause to Shizu for doing the really Chad thing of live translation.
Yeah, dude.
One of the
round of applause.
Things to do.
Yeah, no, what's it? You had to be there. Like, shit was crazy watching her do it. Like, calm down.
Yeah, she was just non-stop typing. I've never seen a fast typer like that. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was insanity.
Alright, so we're going to get straight into the main big news of Sophie confirming that she's currently writing for a Season 5 of Code Lyoko. Along with...
it was impossible.
Yeah, we all thought it was impossible. I think Actually, she did mention one of the other writers' names. I don't recall. But his name. Let's see. John Remy. Friend.
Jean-Pierre?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god. Is that right?
Here, I copy and paste it into the chat.
Isn't that right, Jean-Pierre?
But it is one of the original.
I have no idea.
It is one of the original. It is one of the original writers that worked along with Sophie. Nothing about Bruno, but Sophie did say that she contacted most of the writers, and most of them have agreed to return. So that's very big, exciting news. Because like,
that's awesome.
The big concern about bringing Code Lyoko back is like who's working on it, because you can't. We know how it goes.
Yeah, I will say, just taking a look, John Remy did a number of solid episodes. We have. I'm not gonna read through all of them. We have Plagued, Mr. Puck. What's it? Cold War. Is anybody out there? Contact. Funny enough,
Crazy.
False Lead. John Pierre. Temporary Insanity. Nobody in particular. Ooh, Double Take.
Did you do Ghost Channel?
Not Ghost Channel, no. Lab Rat, A Space Oddity, Bad Connection, and that's not all of his episodes, but that's most of them.
A good majority.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm fucking excited for season 5. There's so many possibilities. There's so many directions they could go into. So many things they could do that I'm hoping that they do.
I swear to God Almighty, if they won't they? Yumi and Ulrich. Again.
If they do that for another season, I'm walking to France and being Jerome.
You know what? It'd be so funny.
Yeah.
You know what? While we're at it, why not they just retcon everything? Like, it needs a fresh coat of paint, clearly.
No. Don't even joke about that. I don't want to deal with that mess. Oh, yes, that's another one. Thank you. That's another one for the thing card. The group miscommunicates.
That's a given.
That's a super easy one.
I was about to say the same thing.
Jim, Jim's already on the board.
I know.
Jim is the
Are we actually doing the bingo cards now, or are we gonna do that one?
No. Yeah, he's gonna do
whatever you want. I'm doing this while we're talking.
Yeah, that's fine. No, you can do it. You can do that. It's fine. There are a lot of people here today, and we might expect one more. So like, I guess we could just go down the VC list of like our feelings and thoughts, which was just the announcement itself. So,
okay,
I can speak for everyone that this was the most shocking news. There was like a very small % chance where we're just kind of like, it might happen. Actually, I think Wezi DM'd me. Yeah, he did DM me during like the start, just like kind of like the start of the VC and Resurgent server, and he was like, "I think this actually might happen." And I was like, "Wait, what changed? What made you like all of a sudden think that?" Because I don't. Is it just because of the atmosphere? I guess like the vibes.
Maybe it was the vibes.
Yeah,
like,
I can agree.
Bands together,
yeah,
having a good time.
It was like
the vibes, man.
Yeah, it was like a okay. So it was like a Lyoko direct hint.
Fandom sleepover.
It felt like which is like it was a great fun Lyoko event for sure. I haven't watched Shizuna's like VOD of us like reacting to the news live. I heard that the reactions were very like quiet. I guess Shizu had everyone turned down while she was, which makes more sense because she was just typing away. But I'll have to go and see if I can turn the volume up on my end because I would love to use that for something else. But the reactions were great. The question was being asked and everyone was already freaking out. Yeah, I cannot believe it's happening. Like, I didn't know how it felt. I don't know. I was just kind of quiet. I wasn't like going nuts. I was just like smiling though, quietly, like, no way. There was also the thing that we'll talk about of like the rights and funding still not being finalized.
Keep going. I'll be right back.
Yes.
No problem. So we'll get into that because that kind of made me. That's also why I didn't like go full on excitement mode.
I think funding not being secured is a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's as big a deal because they could crowdfund it.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
I don't think it is an unviable strategy, or not entirely crowdfund, but supplementarily crowdfund, so they have maybe a couple producers, but it's also on Kickstarter or something. I don't think that's as big a deal. It does caution me that they haven't quite negotiated all of the rights holding.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Everyone has like some weird degree of rights, and they're probably dealing with royalties and whatnot over those with more of the individuals and less Dargod. I don't think they'd be saying what they are saying if they were still negotiating with Dargod, which I think is probably the bigger hurdle that they had to overcome, and they probably overcome if they're saying what they're saying. You know,
that was my thinking as well. Just that they wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't good. If it wasn't looking good.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the other point I think about.
The trademark.
Yeah.
Also, go ahead.
No, Rebecca's right, because that's like the thing I think of after, like, but they don't have the fundings all finalized. But I always come like to the conclusion, like, okay, well, they must be in a better place to be able to tell us, to give us these updates, to feel comfortable.
Yes.
That means their stuff are finally like chugging. So, Wezi, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was also gonna say that also the fact that they have the full team together, or at least most of the full team together. Like, you don't drag Thomas Romaine from Japan for something that
Seriously
isn't confirmed yet. You know?
No, like, I'm sorry, yeah, but like about that. Go ahead. Sorry, finish.
And Tanya Palumbo, who, at least as far as I know, has been pretty much out of this industry since Code Lyoko, if I'm not mistaken, or at least hasn't been involved. And has been doing other things with her life. Yeah. It's like, it's kind of a big deal to, like, drag people like that. It's to a point where it's like, we can be pretty confident to say that this is close to happening. Not quite, but very, very close.
Yeah.
Close. To a point where it's like, yes, get excited about it.
Yeah.
Because if it were like the old... Go ahead.
If it doesn't happen, then the worst that happened is we got excited for a while. And, like, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
There's so little to be excited about sometimes.
Exactly. Like, no, I was gonna say that, if this were like, didn't we do a video for the old announcement as well? I think we did, right?
We did for the last interview, yes.
Yeah, I think we did, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a five-parter.
I think the tone and the vibes of the fandom, and even this was like, okay, guys, now don't get too excited.
Yeah,
this isn't
for real.
No, but now we're all like, ah, you know.
Yeah,
so it's like it's a little different.
Sophie, because I remember a fan asking on LinkedIn, like asking Sophie if an update, and they were still in that same phase that took. I think the last interview was October 23, or it was somewhere like late 23, or maybe the second interview was early 2024.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Sorry, I think
yeah.
So the first one was October 23, and then the other one was like in April or May of 24, and I think it was that one that we reacted to. Yeah. So, but that one, where was I going? Yeah. So like after that, we never heard anything. I think Jerome was like, "We'll see in about 2 months. I'll give you some updates 2 months later," and it became a long time. But they were stuck in this phase where they were just trying to figure out the rights, try to buy the rights, and try to find a studio to fund it. And that's obviously we've talked about it so many times that this could be the longest process.
Yeah, these things take time.
Yeah, that's pre-production. It's like before even pre-production, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like right now they're in pre-production.
That's the pitch. That's they're like doing the pitch. And they're shopping around.
Exactly. So I do think it's interesting that Sophie says that she's also writing concepts with Thomas and Tanya. So like, So I guess we're safe to say that the pitch was successful, or are the stuff that they're writing right now is going to be the actual show or the pitch? You know?
Unclear.
Yeah, it's not. There's no confirmation about that, but it just got me thinking.
Yeah. I would like to believe that since they said that they're in a phase of like we are writing things, that's actually very hard Because that could be anything from we're writing a pitch, we're writing a pilot episode, we're writing a pitch. It could be anything. Maybe an episode of Code Lyoko has been written. We have no idea.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Okay. A little bit about
Lyoko.
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who did we leave off on?
No, we were talking about Sophie bringing on the original team, and I wanted to say that between Thomas and Tanya, like I know Tanya ditched the art scene after Lyoko. That's like over 20 years now.
Tanya coming back is fucking insane.
It is.
I'm genuinely surprised by that because like she just fucking vanished.
Yep.
Okay, but
go on,
with that being said, I still think Thomas is the more surprise because he left and didn't like the direction it was going, and he's in Japan, and he's committed to work on this season 5 or whatever it's gonna be. Is nuts. I think that's more surprising than Tanya, to be completely honest. But they're both really surprising to me.
Both are surprising.
So
I think that's more surprising than the show. I think Thomas coming back is more surprising than Lyoko coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Thomas, so I'll take your word for it.
He was the creator of Garage Kids.
I have a crackpot theory here.
Yeah, do it.
So Thomas Romaine, the last time, so he started working on Code Lyoko and he left, and then he went and made Oban Star Racers.
Yep.
Crackpot theory. He's working on Code Lyoko again, so he can figure out what he wants to do for the next entry of Oban Star Racers.
I think he already knows.
There's epic crossover.
I think he already knows. Just needs the funding.
Honestly, that's what I thought you were gonna go to. That it's a crossover.
Yeah, his grand scheme.
I mean,
Oban Lyoko Racers.
There's something to be. You can run into problems if you're just like absolutely nothing that people expect. Like goodbye, I'm doing all the way over here. And also you can run into trouble if you're like, I'm gonna do everything the fandom.
Oh no. I think the fandom has some terrible ideas, certainly.
Oh yeah.
I think
mainly
that Sissy doesn't join the gang in season 5.
Yeah. I think
there are people who want Sissy to join the gang, and they're wrong.
Who is
they're
saying
wrong.
that?
They're wrong.
That's the people.
They are wrong. If Sissy joins the gang,
Sissy.
I mean, Sissy could join the gang. It could be really cool and could be really awesome and really well written. I don't know, but I think, and we all probably could agree, Sissy officially joining as a Lyoko warrior would be terrible.
I would barf a little bit. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I have to see how that goes.
I'm not against it.
We will get to one of those things later.
Yeah,
I'm not against.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get to that.
I keep pointing at William, but we will get there later.
I would have to just see what it was. I can't be like.
I need to see how that would. How would that build up?
I'm not 100% against it, but Jim joining is worse. Jim.
Yeah, he can't even.
Yes, I agree.
I want Jim.
Lots of people want Jim.
Yeah, but see, it's different. I see, like for Jim, I want him to be like what we had in
I am all for like Jim being like the sort of surrogate parent figure for these guys.
Yeah. I don't want him on Lyoko.
Do not have him join as a Lyoko warrior.
Exactly.
He can help out during like Bana attacks.
No, exactly.
Have him join as an official
I would
warrior.
love for him to be a warrior, but if he's not, he just helps out. I'm totally content with that.
No, that's what I'm wanting. I can't really. It's hard to see me. It's kind of hard to see him on Lyoko, but I definitely just wanted him to be like the guy that helps out around the factory and the school and stuff like that.
I just imagine him being like, "This thing's too high tech for me. I'll stick to Earth. Thank you very much."
Yeah.
I can see that. He was like, I'm good here, actually.
No, he's also an orb because he's an adult. There's that theory out there.
That's Chronicles lore.
Oh, was it?
That's Chronicles.
Oh, I feel disgusting now. I never said that.
Oh yeah.
Chronicles has
So
the thing where, like, oh, you know, the Lyoko forms your inner self, and when you're a child, your inner self is like cool and innocent, but when you're an adult, it's your inner demon.
That's
what the fuck.
So also, like,
God,
so lame.
God, Chronicles.
Specifically was
ass.
putting soldiers in there, soldiers that were working for like a criminal organization. So yeah, their inner self being a little messed up. That makes sense for Chronicles. Chronicles is crazy though. So
yeah. Chronicles says none of us can be virtualized. Such a shame.
Yeah, that's like what
Actually,
was
I don't
this?
want to be virtualized, but
like their own version of Kids Next Door, but worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone say Kids Next Door?
Yeah, but worse.
Do you guys still love me if I was an orb?
No.
Of course.
Sorry, I wouldn't know how to respond to that. Oh my god.
I want you to understand the orb is my enemy. I must destroy
Damn
the
no.
orb.
Dude, I love you, Jory, no matter what. You can.
I've wanted
The
to
orbs
make
will
no
not
less
conquer
than
this
3.
planet.
Hey,
I
but
have
Jory,
nothing to say about it.
bitches love orbs.
Oh my god.
It's a throwback video.
Orbs are cool.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let's
Alfred's an
go.
orb.
Let's go down, J-Man. I'm sure you've kind of skimmed through some of the news that broke out, but what are your thoughts and feelings?
Which part of the news?
Oh, the new season 5 that's being currently worked on in the writing right now.
Come back to me later. Like I'll skip a couple people right now because I want to make sure, because my thoughts are gonna take a lot longer than everyone else's, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna try and respond and debate with me, I guess, or whatever weird stuff. So you might want to come back to me later.
We'll move on, Colton. I know you were excited.
It's weird because I actually wasn't that excited about it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean from a perspective of I don't want another season of Code Lyoko. I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of season 5 of Code Lyoko or Kingdom Hearts 4, I was way more excited about Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah.
I was jumping up and down with a pulled muscle in my leg, I think. That's how excited legit. That's how excited I was when I saw Kingdom Hearts 4, a new trailer after several years of waiting. But for me, for Code Lyoko, I was sitting down really, and I saw it, and I was like, oh wow, that's cool. That's great, actually. But I wasn't jumping up and down at the fact. So
yes.
I do find this all. I for one hope that everything works out well. Like I said before, I think Thomas Romaine coming back, I think, is a bigger surprise than Lyoko coming back. I don't know how everything's going to work out well. I've seen people say, come can air on Cartoon Network, or they can bring all the English voice actors back and all that stuff. So there's a lot of hype over this, but and I hope all the expectations are met, because if they're not, then people are probably not going to be happy about it. But I am really intrigued about the finer details of stuff. I assume this is going to air on streaming, but I don't know where they would put it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later too.
Or whatever they're going to do. But
they could just go the indie animation route and do it on YouTube.
Yeah, they already have a channel on YouTube with all the episodes.
I wouldn't mind that then, if they decide to do so. They might try and replicate the 2D 3D stuff again, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it would. Honestly, I think that they probably should try and do it again, because I think what I think that's one of the reasons why Code Lyoko stands out. Now, obviously, the biggest thing you have to do is make sure the foreheads stay in. Okay, because it's not Code Lyoko without that.
Just don't make them bigger. They could stay the same or make them a little smaller.
Style. It'd be weird if they didn't have them, ironically.
Right. Everyone who doesn't want to, the people who don't want to watch it because of that fact, will stay with that.
It's a skill issue. Exactly what that is.
Dylan, how do you feel?
But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Me?
Yeah, how do you feel?
I already I already said.
Okay,
I'm
back.
cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. Flower, your birthday gift.
Yeah. This was wild. I don't think anyone in this group was seriously expecting them to get anywhere with their pitch, and now they're like, oh yeah, get excited, I'm doing the writing. I think the fandom is going to explode. I predict that the fandom isn't
I think it already has.
Not just because of like, I think the fandom's not, there's going to be mixed reception with this season, not just because of like stuff we're going to talk about later, but just because I think the hype's going to be so high. This is going to be everyone has a dream Code Lyoko season 5 in their head, and a lot of people are going to go into this and it's not going to be, that's the internet.
I mean, there's no way a reality can live up to what everyone has built up in their brain.
Oh, absolutely. And I understand that. So I'm going to go into this with an open mind, because I'm sure whatever they're planning is not what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, a lot of people are going to get something they don't want, probably, so.
Yeah, I'm excited. I will see what we get. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, we're finally getting the season 5 where they get into Carthage and Anthea and William gets redemption. I don't know if that's what we're getting. We don't know what season 5 is gonna look like.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go in with an open mind. I'm gonna give this a chance to see, for it to be what it wants to be.
Exactly. George, how do you feel?
Well, it's funny that you brought up birthdays, because technically when Jeremy discovers the Lyoko computer is actually on my birthday.
Oh,
so,
that's cool.
So
okay, awesome.
Birthday things back to back. I have a lot of different feelings on it, because I grew up with this when I was very young, and now I'm a 30-year-old man. I'm sure you're gonna edit in some of my jokes I made earlier about season ideas, but
look, George,
I'm kind of happy that we're getting a season 5. I had plans of my own to do a fan season 5 that fell through, and then I found this place, and then it was a lot of fun to try and do the voice stuff and all the goofy things and dream about Ulrich's dad being obsessed with chalky milk. But I don't know what they could be doing, but I'm hoping it's going to be fun, it's going to be all right, and that they actually have good writing instead of slop, because I think Code Lyoko deserves amazing writing. And let's not get AI involved. Thank you. All right. That's
yeah.
The villains are all going to be humans.
What? You shut your mouth.
I wouldn't mind one or two. Like I said, it was my idea that it should be different viruses and different things, and then Xana's built up, so there's a big bad for season 6, and do like the Thanos build up.
They didn't
rather than just
anything
Thanos
about a season 6.
Or
that's
suddenly
problem.
Xana returned, but I'm happy regardless.
We don't know though if this is a one and done thing. This very well just maybe one season.
I'm just saying what I'm hoping to get out of it.
Oh yeah, sorry, Jory. How are you feeling?
Oh, okay. I'm extremely excited. Like the fact that there is even like there's a major possibility that season 5 is gonna happen, because like they're working on it and they're working on contracting and everything, which gives me a lot of hope. I am excited for it, but I don't think I'll be truly excited for it until like we see like the first trailer hit and everyone goes fucking bananas.
I can't imagine that day. I cannot.
And then like I can see it now. Like I don't know how the trailer will go, but then it'll just be with like virtualization, and then it'll just be like, whoa, like Code Lyoko season 5
reloaded.
Rated E starts Friday or whatever. That's when everyone would be like. It'll be fucking amazing.
That cut off. Yeah, that was great.
yeah, it does that. It does that.
I love that. It was perfect.
Everyone just be like, it'll be awesome. Wee! And like, and I'll be over here just like fucking bouncing off the walls like I'm fucking 12 again, losing my shit over something that I thought was well and truly dead for the past 20 years. I don't know what to expect in season 5 because like, I think the obvious answer is like Xana's gonna come back. There's no way he's not. You can't really have Lyoko, especially like a direct sequel to the original without Xana coming back. Yeah. I don't know like where they'll go plot wise. I don't know what they'll do. Like what I put on the bingo card is actually kind of cool to be. That's actually a good idea because it actually made me think about like what do I want / what am I expecting, like basically the things on there are what I'm expecting or wanting to happen. Like I would love for Jim to be a part of the group or get virtualized. I would love for Ulrich and Yumi to stop playing Keep Away for 4 fucking seasons and just get together because I'm fucking sick of this fucking Superboy and Miss Martian shit that's going on between them. And like the biggest thing that I personally want is like I want more information on like why, how with Lyoko, like with Carthage in general, because like they wanted this for a reason, and I'm sure like the books go a little more into it, maybe Evolution goes a little more into it. I don't know. I want this series, like the show's explanation of why, and I'm hoping that's what we'll get. I don't know if we'll get it, but like that's what I'm hoping for personally. But just the fact that we're getting it, as long as it's good, like as long as it's entertaining and it's good and it has like kick-ass episodes and action sequences and shit, I'll be perfectly content with it, because we're coming from like the show ended and like there were a lot of loose ends to now it's coming back and there's a chance to wrap up all those loose ends that were never given a chance to wrap up for one reason or another. The only thing that I can say that I'm not looking forward to with Code Lyoko Season 5 is that I will have to see Hertz again, and I'm going to die on the inside, slowly. Slowly.
Why?
Didn't you say she was your favorite teacher?
I should scissor kick. You know what? I'm not
you know what? The next season will just be them in college anyway.
With all new teachers, I'll probably hate / tolerate. I don't know.
Mr. Hertz.
Mr.
You mean Jim?
Oh, congrats on his transition.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Hertz.
Exactly.
Mr. Hertz. It's like, you're in college now. I love that
Mr.
there was a
Hertz
joke where
up
it's like,
in
oh,
here.
thank God there's no more Mr. Hertz. And then, like, episode 1, 5 minutes in, good morning, everybody. My name is Mr. Hertz. I'll be like, no! I'll
Another
be
perfect
the
cutoff.
first one just slam my head against a window, wishing for it to be over. But regardless, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that the biggest thing is I want Jim to be part of the group. That's one of my biggest things, along with like Carthage getting.
Yeah, you put that on your bingo card for sure.
Oh yeah, that's on there. I already posted it.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's me. I'm hyped for it, but But the real hype comes when trailer 1 drops.
Yeah, everyone should be optimistic. And who was that? All right, so Rebecca, share your thoughts and feelings. How do you feel?
I'm really excited, guys. I have not felt this art motivated in years.
Oh hell yeah!
I when I first found out, I was kind of like I didn't really hit, I think. And as other people were getting excited, I'm like, okay, now I'm getting excited. Now I'm posting about it. Now I'm doing this and that and what the other. And in my mind, like I've always thought that the fan works and the community and artwork that is inspired by a work is higher up in my brain than the actual piece of media that it's based on. So in my mind, we've already won. Like in my mind, we've already won, and we will continue to be winning. If it's good, we'll celebrate and it'll be awesome and we'll have lots of stuff to talk about. If it's bad, we'll have a lot to talk about and a lot to chew on.
I'll cry like I've never cried in my life if it's terrible. I feel like I've waited 20 years for this. It'll be like Kingdom Hearts 3 for me, where it's like, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, it's been 12 years of development, here we go, and then it happens, and I'm just like,
oh brother.
And then you yell, and then you yell to your friends about it, and you make something better. And you try to fix it.
Code Lyoko cooked that we are watching this no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know, that's another thing I forgot to say. It's gonna be weird if they start using new terminology. Like, if I hear Odd say skibbity toilet, I'm just gonna jump.
I wouldn't go.
I'm not gonna say where I'll jump, but I'm gonna jump.
I'll jump.
I think.
Jump.
I think Odd will say something like, "That's pretty base still, right?"
That's fine.
Yeah, you gotta have some of that.
That's fine.
Or something.
God, imagine hearing them say new age words like that. It makes me ill. It makes me so ill.
Man, Jeremy, that's tough.
Okay. The Riz is crossing the line a little bit, but like saying bases is not gonna hurt me. But there's a line that you cross, and it's like I will jump out of the bus like Odd did in that one episode.
That's pretty base, Mr. Hertz.
Cameron's gonna jump off the battle bus.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so
Where are we landing?
Yeah, because they're getting.
That's why you guys gonna date the show, yo.
Where are we landing, boys? No parachutes to the ground.
Because
I'm very excited regardless of the outcome, because the important part to me is this right here, what we're literally doing right now.
Yeah.
Preach, yeah, for real.
No, I will say one thing, that if the season is bad, I'm going to switch teams, and it's going to be like, you know what? Code Lyoko is the greatest show ever. That's what I'm doing.
but that means the majority is good, though. You have the first 4 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. No. What's it? Code Lyoko was always good, and people just don't understand now. This is what it was always like.
Swear.
Honestly, if people hate it, it might actually be like it was always like, but we'll talk about that.
God. Before I move on here, I want to share Kat's little bit here. I mean, I know people can read it, but since she says that I'm too busy to be in VC, I'll throw a few cents in this discussion. Regarding what I said 2 years ago, the only thing I don't agree with now is that the season would be written poorly. I think I was a bit harsh on that, but I still agree that it's way too late to make a new season. We have too many divisive continuations and showing modern stuff into a show that was made and have the environment of the 2000s a bit awkward. I still think the show should have been rebooted, given more edge, because you can do that now, and make into a web series, which we will also talk about. I have that on my notes. We'll talk about that again. We'll talk about that again when it comes to.
I don't know if we want to talk about that today, because we're not going to finish.
We've done it before. We don't have to We've talked about it so many times, but like it's going to be touched on again. We have a whole video, honestly, about that was solely on that. But let's move on.
I will just offer 2 cents in this regard of the show should have been rebooted. My girlfriend hates Code Lyoko. She does not want to watch it with me because it is honestly, without nostalgia goggles on, aged kind of bad. Not the anime. The animation is relatively fine. There are some very glaring issues with season 1, but the rest of the show, the animation has aged more than well enough for when it came out. But there is just so much terrible writing decisions and bad stereotypes and just elements of the era that just do not help the show to a new viewer, which structurally is one of my main issues with any continuation.
Okay, we still have 2 more people to talk about just the thoughts of the news breaking. So Wezi, go ahead.
I mean, it's all right.
I mean, it's the worst show.
I believe you.
Yeah, like Code Lyoko coming back. I heard about it. I was in the call for like moral support, and when it happened, I'm just like, yeah, whoa. I haven't made like 20 tweets or anything about it. No. I don't know how many I've made.
You're not like making memes and stuff.
Of course not. I mean, I hate the show. When I heard that it was coming back, I was just like, oh god, the pain will never end. I thought I was free after Evolution.
Over 10 years ago.
You loved Evolution.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I loved Evolution, but
I was like, yeah, pink.
It was still Code Lyoko. It was like Code Lyoko, so it was like it's like it's like a Code Lyoko evolution is like a ball of like tinfoil covered in chocolate. You know, the chocolate being alive.
Oh my god! If you thought that shit was good.
Yeah. Would you like Code Lyoko
No, live
evolution
action was just as good as a tinfoil. You know, you just chew on that for a little bit. You know.
The chocolate. You don't understand.
No.
That was good.
No, for real. So for though we've brought it up already, Cam and I were in the stream with Shizuna and the Code Lyoko Resurgence group chat, reacting to the radio interview live, and like the days leading up to this reveal, and even a month ago, it was the possibility of, yeah, no, they could announce that it's happening, but deep down inside, all of us thought, this is not happening. You know, this is not
the same
happening.
Update.
And even it's gonna be like, yes, we're
just gonna promote something.
Still trying. Yeah. Or even just the outright confirmation of we tried and it just didn't work. And then it happened. It actually happened. And Shizu typed it out in the group chat for all of us to see, and there was that moment, that brief moment of disbelief. Like, she's fucking with us. You know? Like, there's no way, but it happened. Genuinely, Code Lyoko has been announced to return. It's something that I could not... It's something I've wanted to happen since I was 10 years old. I'm almost 30 now, but now... to see that it actually has happened, there was that moment of disbelief, and then just the explosion of, oh my god, it's happening. You know? Like, oh my god, it's happening. And I have been over the roof, bouncing off the walls. It's exciting. It's one of those moments in fandom that, like, for a niche community like Code Lyoko, for something that we all felt was kind of impossible, for us to now be living the timeline where the impossible just became genuinely possible. That's so exciting. And right now, I am riding that hype. I'm riding that wave. I'm just... Code Lyoko is coming back. 10-year-old... Gotta hug 10-year-old me. Like, it happened, little guy. It happened.
Hey, remember that, like, moment where, like, the light shined as the supercomputer shut down, and that might have been hinting at Season 5?
Yeah, exactly.
I know that was the story you had when you were younger.
Yeah.
So there you go. Maybe they'll do something with that in Season 5.
Well, it's very, very exciting. And new Code Lyoko, I will be there no matter what. Day one. The moment it happens. I'm sitting here. I'm live tweeting it. I'm posting all of the stuff. I'm engaging in the fandom. New Code Lyoko is something unheard of. And yet here we are. But at the same time, it's also, yeah, I do gotta put on a little bit of a thinking cap, a little bit of like, all right, the blind hype, we gotta put that aside and say, Code Lyoko is coming back. How do you really feel about that? And regardless of anything, I'm still definitely excited. This is something I've always wanted, but it also comes with a level of skepticism as well. For one, having a lot of the original team back, having Tanya Palumbo, Thomas Romaine, everybody, fucking Smash Ultimate, everyone is here. Here for this revival. That's real. That's a very good sign. That's a very... It's something that makes me very happy and also really surprised me, like we've been saying. Thomas Romaine... Everybody's talking about Thomas Romaine being the big shock, and it is. Tanya Palumbo is the one that shocks me more, because it's like, she left art in general. Like, she hasn't been doing artistic work since then. So it's like, yeah, no, to hear that she's going to be directly involved with the Code Lyoko revival, that's very, very exciting. I still am of the opinion, like Kat said, that I prefer a reboot, but even then, a season 5 is still exciting. I still very much, I'm looking forward to what directions that they can take these characters in. We know so little at this point in time. Is it going to be directly after season 4? Are they going to time skip? There are so many questions, but at the very least, while I still have my skepticism, I still have the things that I'm wondering about. I still have my worries, I still have my hopes, my dreams, it's not going to be as said, it is not going to be my dream 5 of Lyoko that I thought up when I was 10 years old, or is going to be what a dream season 5 of Code Lyoko would be for me now, but it is going to be season 5 of Code, and to know that I live in a world that is a possibility, fuck man, that's genuinely so exciting.
We're living in
the
a
dream
world
is
without
real.
danger.
Oh my god.
Now we're living in a world with danger.
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, just don't look outside or on the news ever.
Don't think about it.
Oh my god.
Well, why is there bright white light approaching our building right now?
Yeah,
that's a return to the past.
Well, guys, we're gonna have to do this all over again.
The Xan attack ends and they come back. After the
what if this is the 37th take of us trying to do this, where it's like, oh, fucking welcome back.
I'd rather be the people who are not immune, so I wouldn't have to like know.
Yeah.
Fuck,
man, we made it.
Here we are going far, right?
Yeah.
It's video game go time, but also, it's every day, bro. With that Code Lyoko flow. Let's go. Let's go. Boxy's got me.
Take this out of the video.
Nope. No. Yeah, right.
No, I mean, I was going to make a joke, but I said leave out of the video.
Oh, okay.
My fucking document that I'm making for you.
Oh, I meant to react to that shit. I saw notifications while I was away, and I was laughing.
To the virtual to the tower.
We live in a world with new Code Lyoko. If it's good, if it's bad, that's okay. We still have the original 4 seasons that we can just go back and watch, and at the very least, to have something new from this world that I so loved and cherished, that, fuck it, I'm Wezi the Lyoko gem. I built everything that... This show has such an impact and I have such a love and such love for this show, and it's had such an impact on me. It is what got me writing in the first place, and that led to writing a Code Lyoko movie, for example. Like, it means a lot to me, and no matter what happens with it, if it's good, it'll be fun to talk about. If it's bad, it'll be fun to talk about. Whatever it is, though, I'm happy to have something new. It's a good moment for the fandom, and I'm happy.
Facts. Well said. Flower says Lyoko will forever be my first love. Same. It's just got a special place in my heart. It's not the greatest show of all time, but man, it's got its #1 love for me.
It's got the flavor. It's got the seasoning.
No, I refuse to let that go. It's an abomination to English.
Boy, if you think the silent in pterodactyl is an abomination to English,
it is real to me.
Looked at the
What
English
is happening?
language, my dude.
What is happening right now?
Wait.
Actually, I don't want to know.
The points don't matter.
We're debating how things are spelled.
It is real to me.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess we'll wait for Flower to get back.
Yeah.
You know what, guys?
Specific.
Code Lyoko's gonna be in space.
I mean, they.
The digital universe.
Love you, Wezi.
Whatever it was.
Bro, I actually want Xana to take over the satellite again, like the 3rd time. I want that satellite to be used again.
Very cool.
I would love for one of them just be like,
why haven't they gotten rid of this thing?
Why haven't they decommissioned this fucking satellite yet?
Guys, Jory, when he realizes that the entire English language is ridiculous, crazy, and written by someone who was drunk.
Okay, there's a lot of that to cover. Right now, my anger is on the word pterodactyl, alright? Where do we leave off?
We're waiting for Flower.
Yeah, we're waiting for Flower. I came back and then she left, and I think she's gonna want to hear.
Okay,
all right, Jory. I got a good one for you. How do you pronounce the Pokemon god's name?
Pokemon. Oh, Arceus.
Yep.
Listen, when it comes to Pokemon pronunciation, here's my rule. Here's my rule of thumb. Shut the fuck up.
Where's the C?
No, I say Arceus too. I've always said Arceus.
It's a soft C. It counts.
It's a soft C. No. It falls up in R, so it's a hard C. It's Arceus.
What do you mean it falls in R? It's a soft C. We're just waiting until everyone comes back. Like, who made the rule?
The official English
after
pronunciation
R, it has to
is
be
Arceus.
R. That's ridiculous.
This
Does the R turn the C on? Like, what is this?
What?
That's pretty funny.
Okay, that's actually funny, Wezi, the way you're reacting.
Pronunciation is Arceus because it is derived from arch and deus.
Timestamp 41.
We're talking
Nonsense.
about lava wheel. We're talking about a llama in a wheel.
Come on, Flower, hurry, please.
The only one that I've never heard
Oh
is
my
Arceus.
You know what? I want a BattleBot-inspired episode of Code Lyoko because it would make sense for Jeremy and his robotics ability. It would be really cool, and then Xana like hacks the bots, and the bots try and break out of the bulletproof glass arena. It'd be really cool.
But then how are we talking about silent letters?
Listen, I want to get out of this Aaron conversation right now, okay?
Lloyd?
Oh my god. Now I can do. Now I can send. Now I can send this GIF. Hold on.
What?
Flower's back.
You all just been talking about.
Yeah.
We got on a huge tangent. What's next?
I'm just catching up on live voice chat.
That's fine.
Quite a bit in here.
Just a little bit, yeah. J-Man is going to share his thoughts and opinions on the news breaking. So, all right, J-Man, take it away.
Do you really want my opinions on this?
We know. I already know what's going. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Not everyone's the same.
So, listen, it's like Code Lyoko has always been my favorite cartoon ever. Like, and I talk so much about Codename Kids Next Door. I talk so much on Ed, Edd n Eddy, Avatar: The Last Airbender, but none of those shows can compete with Code Lyoko. It's literally my favorite cartoon ever, and I dedicated my very first YouTube video to talking about that show. Right. A whole retrospective talking about Code Lyoko. So it definitely means that much to me. If this news came out right after season 4, I would have been excited. Hell, if this news came out 10 years ago, I would have been excited. However, nowadays, I'm at the point where this whole entire era of reboots, sequels, continuations, etc., this whole eras of companies, studios, or just people in general trying to cash off nostalgia from the 90s, 2000s, whatever and such, like, that stuff has run its course for me. And also, the one thing I'm starting to learn a lot more nowadays, especially as I get older, is that I just like to appreciate stuff when it has a final chapter. Code Lyoko has a beginning, middle, and an end. Whether people want to see more about that end, it's very, debatable and such, but I've always appreciated and loved storytellings when it knows when to end. Because, Code Lyoko is one of those shows that I find myself loving a lot more purely because of the era that it came out in. It was lightning in a bottle in other ways of saying it. And the whole idea, the whole concept of trying to recapture that magic, whether it be for an old audience or a new audience, which in my opinion, the latter case is even worse, I'm just not really into. So I can't necessarily say that I'm as, let's say, excited as everybody else about this, even though I want to be, because at the end of the day, Code Lyoko was just a show of the past. And I remember it fondly every single day. But at the same time, the show itself, I don't think is really necessary to come back, really. It's really not necessary in any form. And I'm honestly satisfied with the ending that we did get. I just don't really necessarily see why, the show needs to make any sort of return. But regardless of that, the fact that they do have the original team members, and even some of the team members who pretty much left before the first season of the show came out, Thomas Remain, the fact that they got him back, that right there is a huge surprise. So no, I feel a lot more comfortable with this. since they do have the original team members. But again, it's just one of those things to where it's like this whole era of this whole like idea of trying to bring shows back from 20 years ago. I'm just not into it anymore. Like I want to appreciate stuff as we remember it, rather than miss it when it's gone. Because like I don't know, man. I think it's just a maturity thing with me because it just had a beginning, middle, and end, and I think I'm just pretty much satisfied with what we got. And it's really only with very, very like few specific scenarios where I'll be excited for like Galactic Kids Next Door, for example. If they announce that coming back, literally my underwear will be blown off and stuff like that. But nah, dude. But that's really because the creator's been wanting to do that since the very beginning. And we actually got to see like an animatic footage of what it would look like, as if it were to actually be greenlit. So no. But with this news of Code Lyoko in general, the most positive I can say about this is just seeing social media talk about Code Lyoko again. It's the same feeling I got when Reboot the Guardian Code, like the trailer for that came out. Everybody was, shitting on the actual Netflix show itself because of how bad it looked and stuff like that. But because of how much it was clearly inspired by Code Lyoko and such, it had a lot of people talking about the show again. And that's honestly the best thing that's happened, at least for me personally, about this entire news, is that it's getting a lot of people who to pretty much remember that the show did happen on Cartoon Network. It's like the last episode aired like close to 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And people are still talking about it. It's like people still remember it like it was yesterday on Cartoon Network, despite the fact that it wasn't a Cartoon Network original show and such. The fact that people are still talking about it 20 years later, to me, that alone honestly means the world to me as a fan. It means the world to me as a fan, and I'm sure it means the world to the creators who made the show, that regardless of how much time has passed, people still remember the show. So that's really about the most positive thing I can get about it. But no, with this new show in general, I guess I could say I'm looking forward to see what they might do. It depends. Because it just depends on how they handle it, because I'm someone who really likes to set my expectations pretty low so that I don't get disappointed in the end and such. But no, like it really just depends on what they do. I am definitely going to give it the most honest and genuine chance when it comes out and such. But no, the whole idea of Code Lyoko coming back, yeah, I'm good. It's like there's plenty of things I was excited about last week, and this news just wasn't really one of it. But I guess for the people who've been wanting to see this come back, good for you, I guess.
All right.
Super fair.
I do think you have I actually think you have a fair point. There is one thing I want to mention was like you said the original creator for Kids Next Door always wanted to do the Galactic what was it called?
Yeah, Galactic K&D, yeah.
Galactic K&D, yeah. So I will say Jerome and Sophie, they wanted to do a season 5 before they were told that they weren't getting a season 5. So they've always wanted to do something more with Code Lyoko. I think after a couple years that the show ended, there was a possibility of it returning before it became Evolution, to where they were hoping to do like a few movies, like a 3-parter of like the prequel of like France Hopper and Carthage and stuff like that. So there's that too. So they probably have ideas from way back that they might implement. But you have a fair point though. It did end. It did have a good ending. It doesn't technically need to come back. But yeah. But I guess for the fans who want some new kind of content, I think it's a win for them. I don't. Like I'm okay with either scenario, to be honest, but yeah, I can't say I'm not excited.
I'm curious, J-Man, if you would rather, would you rather it be more like a starting over and redoing the show from like Xana Awakens, and just like a whole new show with not like a whole different show entirely, but like some structural rewrites, some different. A lot of different episode ideas, of course. Like, would you prefer that over a continuation?
Hell no. In fact, no. If this continuation were to happen, no, it would need to take place like after season 4, because at that point it'd be a lot more accessible, or it would mean a lot more to me as an actual fan of the show. Because if they were to reboot it, they essentially are just delivering to a different audience for the most part. And that's like, maybe they'll have some stuff here and there for the original fans to enjoy. But no, if I was to have any sort of continuation of Code Lyoko, no, I would love to see a continuation of the story. If I wanted to relive the story or relive the characters, the adventure, the experience, I would just watch the original show.
I think this is an interesting segue to one of the things that we were going to talk about, which was like them deciding to either go with a continuation season 5 or a complete reboot.
Like I said in chat, I don't think this is them being like, oh, we just want to make Code Lyoko content again. This is, I really suspect they had plans for season 5 that they had to kind of bench when they were like, oh, we don't see a future for this show now that we're changing who's in charge of the network. So you need to wrap everything up.
Yeah. Exactly what happened.
That's what I really think this is. They had something back then, and they've been waiting so long to get a chance to get another shot at telling that story. And this isn't like one of those, oh, they're like, you know, like I literally went and watched the He-Man movie last night, and that's definitely like that is a nostalgia cash. I mean, respect to all the people who made the movie. It's fine. It was a fun time. If it's a little dumb and you don't take it serious, I'm getting a little tangential, like, but that is clearly like that is made for new audiences to try and bring back the He-Man IP and to cash in on He-Man nostalgia for adults who watched it in the 80s. This is not what this is. This is Code Lyoko, like a direct continuation, almost like decades after the season 4 ended, is a bold move, and I don't think they'd be doing it unless they had a plan. And I really do think they have a plan. They want a season 5. They have plans for a continuation that doesn't work with a full reboot. So if this was a reboot, I'd probably be on the side of like, oh yeah, this probably is just, they want to try and revive the IP, but that's not what this is.
I mean, I don't think a reboot would inherently make it a senseless cash grab, because
true. That's fair.
We're not going to have the discussion here, but we've had the discussion plenty of times about a laundry list of legitimate, valid reasons a reboot is probably better.
Yeah.
So if you as Sophie and Jerome and Thomas Romaine and Tanya Palumbo love Code Lyoko and you want the show to grow and to gain an audience that can love the show, you don't just want to make something for the original fans. You want to make something for to get new fans in, to get people who might like the show, who would love the show. You want to make something for them as well. Not like watering down Code Lyoko to something everybody wants, obviously, but like you want to make it better for everyone who wants more Code Lyoko, and for everyone who will now have a chance to get to know Code Lyoko. Going in and rebooting isn't like,
that's what I was gonna say,
a senseless cash grab. It could just be ensuring good stewardship of the IP in a way that expands its influence.
I didn't mean to imply that if it was a reboot, it would have been a cash grab. I was really more trying to say, because it's not a reboot, it's more likely to not be a cash grab. There are plenty of awesome reboots out there that are not senseless cash grabs, that are made by people who genuinely love the material. Like, I could point to the Voltron reboot, or there's the She-Ra cartoon. Or I think Warrior Cats had like a really good one. Or Thundercats. That's what I meant. Thundercats. I meant Thundercats. Not Warrior Cats. Is an animation thing. Thundercats.
That was a long time ago, but they did try. They tried.
Yeah. So reboot doesn't necessarily mean senseless cash grab, but like, if there's a company that wants to just revive an IP for cash, they're going to do a reboot because it's more likely to be successful. The fact that they're just saying, we're not doing a reboot, this is a continuation, just makes it way less likely for this to be a cash grab.
Yes. So. I can, I respect how you feel, but like, even insinuating this could be a cash grab, it just doesn't sit right with me. Because like, Code Lyoko is not popular. Like, it died 20 years ago. The group that like supported it is niche. You know, the fact that she is working this hard to bring it back and to get everyone back on board who was on board previously, like that says a lot, you know? And like as for the ending, like yeah, it had an ending, but it felt kind of ham-fisted and rushed when you get right down to it. Like there was a lot that they just never ever explained that was very plot centric.
Because Sophie has confirmed in previous interviews that they knew they weren't getting a season 5. So it really makes the weird rushed ending just even more out of place. Honestly,
we discussed it before in another video.
I'm not gonna dwell on it.
To summarize, for those who haven't watched it, the general theory is that they found out while they were in the middle of outlining or maybe writing some of the episodes. So they had enough time to like get an ending together, but not enough time to like have it feel natural, and that's why the ending feels so rushed. But anyway,
I will say, in regard, well, are we still on what discussion point are we on exactly?
Reboot, continuation, and if it's a good idea to have anything new.
That's fair.
I'm down for new shit. Like, don't get me wrong.
I'm okay with new. I think really when it comes down to it, one of the big things about approaching an older property with the newer in the modern day and age is really it just comes down to the people behind it, because at the end of the day, corporations are always going to have control over every piece of mainstream media at the very least. And it's because of that bringing it really just depends on, part of it depends on who you bring in, like the artist behind something, because some people are very passionate about what they do, and some people are very passionate about what they do and a certain property and want to bring something back in a sense while still keeping it fresh and new, but also there's a balance to it. I think you absolutely can do new audiences while approaching older audiences as well. From a corporate side, anything and everything they do, money, full stop, end of the line. Whether it's new media, whether it's old media, it's all the same, money. However, when it comes to something like Code Lyoko, I think that Sophie and Jerome and the rest of the team to do season 5 specifically, it is not the direction I would do Lyoko personally. Because to some extent, I do agree that Code Lyoko itself had an ending, and there are certainly things that you can pick up on in a season 5, and I would not mind a season 5. I mean, I worked on Project Eradication for years because that was the intent of doing technically season 6, but there's more you can do with Code Lyoko as a direct continuation, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine, and I'm excited for whatever you've got, whatever you're cooking under the hood. I'm sure it's going to be at least something I'll be able to chew on, and I appreciate that. I'm happy to have more Code Lyoko. When it comes to continuation versus I guess my big question for them is, what exactly is your plan here? Because I feel like Code Lyoko is weird in the sense that, it hasn't exactly... And this audience, we are not an Avatar. This audience is not large enough. This audience is not large enough to sustain. If you have a plan to, is your plan to be one and done, or is your plan... Because if it's one and done, do season 5. Absolutely. Sure. Give it to me. It's for me, and it's for... It's for me. It's for all of us in this chat. The people that grew up on Code Lyoko in the 2000s. Awesome. If you intend to do, season 6, make Lyoko Land...
Oh my god.
Make Lyoko Land. is season 5 your best option towards that? Because that's something that I don't know. I don't think this would get picked up past season 5. I'd love to be wrong. I would absolutely love to be wrong if season 5 gets a season 6. Depending on what season 5 is, we'll get there when we get there. In 2-3 years, same stream, another video on this channel talking about Code Lyoko season 5. How was it?
We'll see you there.
Yeah, exactly. But what's it? When it comes to something like, when it comes to just sustainability of the franchise and just what I would with Lyoko, I think that personally I would take a reboot. I would, if I were to return to Code Lyoko, if they asked me, make new Code Lyoko content, the answer to me would be starting fresh from for a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that would be a multitude of things. I would want to make something that older fans enjoy. I would also want to make something for new people as well. Having new fans isn't necessarily a bad thing on its own. It's just important not to forget the people who also were the original community. Some of that original community is also growing now, so that's something to consider as well. But in regards to approaching Code Lyoko in the modern setting, doing season 5 puts Code Lyoko in a very weird position in where if it's right after season 4, it must be in the if you want to do them as adults, that puts in the 2010s or the 2020s, God forbid, or 2030s, and it's like, okay, are you doing they're fighting Xana? How does that work? What are you doing with that? Is it their kids? Is that a thing? That I have hesitancy towards a next generation Code Lyoko.
Oh no, please no.
Well, you haven't read
about on this channel.
You haven't read the 10,000 fanfics of that?
I'm good.
I've read a number of fanfics. I've read a number of fanfics, and I am very hesitant towards that. I am good, for a number of lore reasons, and it just doesn't appeal to me. But maybe they can make me change my mind.
Or a bunch of new kids find the computer and accidentally unleash
That's another option
and
as
then,
well.
And then there's
honestly,
a whole brand new team, and then the original characters come back near the end of the season.
If they did a next generation thing, I'd honestly do that specifically. But yeah, can you imagine being in your 30s, you're just at work or something, and then all of a sudden return to that past, and you're just like, what the fuck?
You gotta be kidding me.
No. You're immediately calling Jeremy? I swear to God, if you turned this bullshit on. Oh.
Or what if they're so old that the Return of the Past happens and it's like, fucking dementia.
Not my problem anymore. Good night.
But now.
Well, the band's going. Oh, well.
Oh my god. In regards to Code Lyoko coming back, I think that Code Lyoko is one of those properties that is fascinating to return to in this day and age, honestly and truly speaking, because of the fact that technology has changed so much, and things are so different than they were within the 2000s. And it's because of that there are a number of ways you could approach a reboot in regards to how do you want to do it. Do you want to make it where it's set within the 2020s? The timeline has shifted. The kids are teens in the 2020s. How does that work? Partially don't really care, but I'll admit the big thing is how do you do Xana attacks, and how does Lyoko function being built instead of instead of the supercomputer being built in the I'm on fraud watch
90s.
right now.
In the 90s.
90s, thank you. Yeah. How do you respond to the supercomputer being built in the 2000s or even the 2010s if you wanted? There are so many ways in which you could re-explore Code Lyoko in the modern day that are genuinely fascinating and interesting. And I feel like the shackles of the current canon kind of hold it back. As a storyteller and as a writer myself, I can't help but look at Code Lyoko and think that this would be such a fun show to play with, genuinely. And this would be such a fun show to play with. There are so many different things, different ideas, and different ways you can go about the characters, the technology, everything with another shot at it. That I feel like a season 5, granted, a season 5 by the creators that to do a season 5, that is very different, and I'm happy for want that too. But I don't know. I feel like a reboot just offers so many possibilities that recontextualization of the 2020s make a Code Lyoko a new look at Code Lyoko, whether it be set in whether if you're doing it again in the 2000s with knowledge of where technology is going, whether you're doing it in the 2020s with new technology, or even the 2010s, or even all kinds of weird stuff. So long as it's something that would be different and something that still feels like Code Lyoko. I wouldn't want something completely divorced from it, but something that's able to play with what we know and have now, I think is just too good to pass up. But at the very least, a continuation is I'm okay with that. I want that. That's cool too. But if it were up to me, I'd do a reboot.
I think for when it comes to longevity, a reboot makes the most sense. Now, we don't know what their plans are for doing a continuation, and it sounds like right now it's just one season. Because again, they've said so many times that they've had ideas since they were in production for season 3. So I get the vibes that they just have enough story left that they haven't told, and it will be only for a season or so if they. I don't want.
And that's fine too.
Yeah, and I don't. But if they do want longevity, I beg of them to not go the continuation route, because I don't know how much you can milk a continuation at this point.
Also, I don't know if longevity is their goal. So
I get the vibes. It's not the case. Yeah, I just don't want I can't see anything more than a 6th season.
I also should note that I do not want Code Lyoko to go on forever. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my god, that would get tiring.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
If there's an idea there for something new within this universe, I particularly don't see a problem with that. However, as well, yes, it does get to a point.
Mm-hmm. Momo's here. Momo, do you want to share anything about your feelings and thoughts about the news?
Boy, do I. I'm conflicted.
Oh, no.
Why?
Well, we got to think of one thing.
I'm looking at your username.
Yeah, it's not too hard to guess what I have a little bit of an issue with.
What's that?
Man, you ever mischaracterized your own character? Listen, I truly believe that there is more to William that they are letting on, and I really think that all the heavy lifting was done by the animators at this point. Because there's so much going on that I see underneath what he says and his actions and such, and this could be a whole conversation. But I really wish that they would give him
William a chance to not be a bad guy.
I would like for him to have another chance.
I'm gonna put something in the voice chat.
I don't know how serious they're gonna want the show, but I would like to see if they're gonna have William in it. I would love to see him kind of grasp the idea and try to go back to normal life and sort of go through that, like, not like traumatic PTSD, but have moments of just weakness and scare and being human, kind of making him more of a character. Because we've seen the other warriors and such like have moments of faltering, and I would like to see that in him. I need to have some more personalization. I want more characterization. I want more feeling, more emotion, more fleshing out of his character. I absolutely 100% need it. I'm calling out for the William fans here.
You know what I really want from William? All the things you said, but also what's the word? Catharsis. I want him to get his catharsis. I want him to go to Lyoko. I just want him to go
Beat the
nuts.
shit.
You want him to stab the Schifozoa right in the eye?
Yes.
Watch it explode.
I would like a Shadow taking the rings off his wrists moment, and he just goes
So
wild.
is it time to talk about?
Maybe, I would like for us to, because in the original season we had a lot of Aelita's PTSD and a lot of her flashbacks and trauma and very deep emotional feelings that she had towards her father, towards her past, things like that, flashbacks, bad dreams, things like that. I would like to see William have some of those same effects because Xana has been so deeply rooted in his subconscious now and is such a part of him and who he was for however long. That doesn't just leave you. You're gonna have to grapple and grasp the fact that this has happened, and I would like to see some of that in the newer seasons, whether it be like just small little clips of him having some kind of dream or maybe like getting kind of jumpy around things, just small things to be like, hey, this is a person. Like, this guy went through some stuff. He's not just some punching bag villain. Like, he's a person in the series, and he is now having to deal with this while also being now on the outs of his, friend group. He's got nobody now,
Yeah.
That would be very tasty.
I know, I love it.
I'd also like to follow up on what you said about the Schifozoa. I'd love it if they pulled like a Teen Titans end of season 4 where he's
and that could be the way that they
Xana, and it's like, for the record, I'm nobody's servant, and just fucking destroys him.
Yeah. Like, maybe they see he's having a hard time and saying, you know what, you get one more chance to close this chapter, and this will be your way of kind of getting back at him. This is how I personally would like to see it go down. If we're not going to get much of it, I would like to see some kind of closure for his story.
I think I've said before, it would have been, I think the tragedy of what happened to William would have hit harder if we actually did get to see a little bit more of him interacting with the group as one of the gang and as a warrior, and then only for all that to fall apart. But he didn't really get a chance to be any of that. Exactly. As soon as he's he helps out a few times, and then when he's finally part of the group, he's just immediately xenified.
Yeah.
And then he helps out and fight to the finish, and then he's immediately xanified. And I'm like...
And I've said this before, too, and I've equated it to what happened to Terra in Teen Titans. Same fucking thing happens.
You know what would be kind of cool for William? Maybe if he does go down that route of evil, maybe a Jekyll and Hyde thing, where or a split personality where there's two of them. There's evil William, and then there's the good William.
I'd like to see him conflicted at least, instead of just jumping right to Xana. But anyway, sorry.
Well, I'm saying Xana could make a copy, just like how Jeremy did. So Xana could make a William copy and make him the villain one, while there's still the good William fighting. Is what I'm saying. And yes, the copy has all the memories and everything because they were so attached so long. So it is essentially William in a way.
I know that Cam's gonna love this, and it is light Kingdom Hearts spoilers, but I imagine it just like Riku. Riku and William to me are very, very similar. And that is how I picture it.
I said that in the chat.
I haven't read the chat, but yeah. It's exactly the same thing of hey, this guy went through some stuff, and it's not going to leave him so easily.
Yeah.
Riku kind of learns how to deal with it and learns with how to kind of navigate after, but we haven't seen that with William yet.
But as far as what Sophie has said publicly about her intentions with William, there will be no redemption arc. As far as what she has indicated, there could be a redemption arc, and then he trips and falls, or he rejoins Xana, and then again halfway through the season he gets his redemption arc. Or there's plenty of scenarios where he rejoins Xana and then ends up being the hero. I think that's the direction.
Before we continue
on this, it's not her show. She's got other writers that could change what goes on. It won't be her final decision.
Wouldn't it be wild if he joined Carthage? if they end up being like the new antagonist for season 5.
Well, that could be the other thing. Like, what it as much as Sophie hates evolution, what if the direction of evolution was at least in part kind of hers? What if the whole thing with Tyrone was part of her ideas for another season?
We're speculating now.
Yeah, we're speculating.
It's all speculation still. I need to, before we continue on this next topic, I just want to be clear with Momo. I just want to ask if she, if you have any other thoughts about the news besides the William stuff, just your overall.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how we progress in the story. I always thought it kind of felt a little bit abrupt at the end.
Yeah.
I would like to see maybe them in college, or maybe they move on to a high school and they still have to deal with the same sort of stuff. Not like a rehash of the same, but they're getting to be adults. They have more responsibilities. They're trying to navigate different phases of life that comes along with growing up. I love the idea of an episode, because I remember the episode of Marabunta where they all had to team up together. It's Marabunta, but make it Y2K. Make it New Year's Eve 1999. That would be so hilarious to me.
Bro, that'd be fucking amazing.
Xana freaking out about Y2K makes me laugh so hard.
Oh my god, imagine if Y2K was like a carnage conspiracy.
Like everyone truly believes it's the end of the world, and Xana's like, you know what? I don't know. I guess I gotta team up with you fuckers. Gotta make sure everything's gonna be alright.
God.
Oh yeah, Momo. Just as a reminder, or if you weren't here or didn't see it, if you want to make a bingo sheet based on what might happen, I'll just repost it in live chat if you want to look at mine. Here's what I did.
I mean, we all know I haven't been around today.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna inform you. I mean, this is
on your Switch too.
This
I'm actually playing on it right now.
Hell yeah.
You got fuck. I got Batman cool ugly evil Xana.
Yeah, I'm calling out Sophie as I'm playing Animal Crossing. Don't mind me.
Alright, so I sent one image, which is the one y'all probably already seen. There's some interesting things apparently about season 5 William.
Yes.
She said all this before.
Yes.
Yes.
Now.
Oh yeah, I just read this.
Yeah, with
I actually did skim the part 1 of the interview while we were talking before, and I saw some interesting things I didn't notice. So it's pretty cool, honestly.
I don't agree with any of that.
Orlando.
Yeah,
we've known about the Orlando thing for ages.
Yeah, I know. It was funny to hear some.
We can talk about them again.
Yeah, it was funny.
I don't agree with this, honestly.
It was funny to hear some of the reactions of who have never heard about Orlando. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
Like, why are they talking about Orlando?
You guys told me a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. This was old
funny
news.
I'm from there, and that's his name.
It makes the bridge, William.
I don't remember.
Even more funny.
I think it's ironic that I'm from there and I'm the -- William lover.
It was
so.
It was as the ancient manuscripts foretold. Go on.
Okay, so for William, it looks like in here in this interview, she was specifically talking about just William's main purpose in the original 4 or seasons 2 to 4, which was, William was always meant to be a villain or possessed. He kind of forced his way in. He was never really a member of the group. All those hurt, I know. Let's see. Sophie says the truth is that William is a character who makes too many mistakes. He's an outsider. That's why he never truly became integrated into the group. He's a hothead. He doesn't really understand what it means to be a Lyoko warrior, which is all true with what we saw with what they were trying to write in those seasons. That's why they wrote William the way that they did. Because in this interview, she was talking about specifically seasons 2 to 4. The interview before this, back in like May 2024, she was it was asked of like what her like ideas were for a season 5, and when that was translated to us, we were told that it was said that she said she would possess William again, which kind of drove a lot of people mad. But apparently, I'm just kind of like going back through like the chats after the news broke out yesterday, and just kind of back and forth with Imidelki. And I am gonna eventually at some point I'm gonna go back to that other interview and find the right translation to make sure that what we saw and heard is correct, because I'm starting to get other things from a couple of other people now.
To be fair, okay, a lot of what was said was based off of assumption, at the very least, because yes, Sophie herself has technically never said. The thing that she said specifically is that back in like 2010, I think, is that she likes this idea of William being drawn to Xana. And admittedly, we have extrapolated from that she would have William go back to Xana, which technically is not what she said, but there seems to be some form of implication. And even now, it's very clear that she's like, yeah, no, William has never been a part of the gang. He has never truly been a Lyoko warrior. He's always been an outsider. And it seems to imply a lot of the same things that she said previously. So, yes.
What if he just thinks Xana's really cool?
Exactly. He's just Xana's just such a cool dude,
He
guys.
was never, like, truly,
yeah.
He wasn't truly like, conscious for all of it. Like,
we don't know that.
I don't know. Because, like, we just seemed possessed, you know, especially when they were trying to, like, reach out to him. You know, like, Yumi was like, you know, you're a real warrior, remember? And he started having flashbacks of who he was before. That tells me that who he was when he was possessed was not the him that first went in the scanner.
That doesn't mean he wasn't conscious.
Yes.
He could have been conscious underneath that, is what I'm saying.
That's possible.
We don't know.
In Down to Earth, when he comes out of the scanner, he seems to have no memory of what happened.
Oh, that's true.
My favorite headcanon, but unfortunately it is just headcanon, is that he was lying. But what's it? The idea, because when he comes out of the scanner, he's like, "Hey, I did a pretty good job, huh, guys?" And they look at each other,
like just trying to pretend that nothing happened. Like, we can go back to normal now, right?
So I posted an image from Mimi's server, responding to other people about the questions they've had or speculations, and obviously this one's about William. He says, "I don't see why you would make this conclusion." She's talking about Lyoko in seasons 2, 3, and 4, which is what I said that yesterday's interview was about. As far as we know, he could still totally become a member of the main cast in the continuation. I did bring up, like, well, you know, someone needs to help confirm with me with that other interview, because I swear we've heard elsewhere, unless the translation was misunderstood. And I'm going to screenshot this one too. MU is like, repossess? That feels totally out of the blue and way too precise of a detail. Totally not true, at least not announced. And that's when I brought up, well, that was after I brought up that I just said this came from the second interview. That's where they came from, not out of the blue. Someone else replied to me. It's the last screenshot I want to share about this. So this is the response I got asking about that interview. I mean, this is not also 100% confirmed, because they're saying, if I remember correctly, they were asked what if they were given a fifth season. And it says something along the lines of William still being possessed because they didn't know what else to do with him, and aside from being evil.
I mean, there's a third option where they could just have him move to a different school and just not involved.
Write him out of the story.
I think people would hate that even more.
I think so.
It'd be great.
Because it would be seen as lazy writing. It's
So-
just like, I don't know what to do with him, move him away, whatever.
I mean,
as a person, it makes sense that he's like, I need to get away from all of this.
Yeah. You people are crazy.
So
yes,
if
you're no longer stuck to this chain.
If the original show had kept going for a fifth season, William would have been saved at the end of the fifth season instead, and for the rest of 4 and the bulk of 5, he would have been possessed because they didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah.
And obviously, he's not possessed anymore. So now they have an opportunity to do something different with him. So they might not.
So that's when like I wanted to make sure, because like I said, I gotta go back and find the translation for that interview, because if what they're saying is true, then I feel a little bit better about this whole thing, because we thought, oh, when Sophie gets a new season 5, I'm just gonna repossess him, or it was misunderstood to being, no, if we were given 5 seasons, he would still be possessed. But yes, now he's not possessed anymore because of what they. Now he's not possessed anymore because they had only 4 seasons, and now that they're writing a 5th season, now it's like, all right, is what we heard is it true? Are you going to possess him again?
The last interview was
Found it.
May 24. But Wezi, what'd you find? If Kolyoko hadn't ended with season 4, what would you, the writers, have wanted to do with the character of William? Jerome and I always envision William as a troublemaker. He has the skills to be a Lyoko warrior, but he's too impulsive and too much of an outsider. And then there's the fact that he's in love with Yumi, which complicates things for Auric. This character was meant to remain a troublemaker within the group, and who might eventually become more of a Xana agent than a Lyoko warrior. Wow. Because deep down, he's drawn to the dark side. This is for the 2024 interview?
Oh,
Yes.
he really
Yes,
did
it is.
extrapolate then. Him, like, that's not saying, oh, we would have had him
Yeah.
rejoin Xana, but... I mean,
Yeah.
Agent of Xana could also just be, like, Xana manipulates the fact that, like, you know, Xana could turn into a polymorphic specter of William and then have him kiss Yumi or something, like in Xana's kiss.
This-
So
I don't know.
This
I
interview.
mean,
Let me untranslate it. Give me a sec.
yes, you have to find the original pre-translated line.
Yes. No, I.
What are we
It's
looking at?
Alright, Rebecca, you
the
got
French
this.
word for agent is just agent.
Oh. Huh. Yeah.
Agent
seems so.
Agent de Zana. Kun
Yep.
Lyoko Guerrier.
I mean, we also don't know the cultural
Yeah.
context behind that word.
Yeah.
We can't read into
That's true as
connotations
well.
because they're French.
Like I said, I think we extrapolated a lot from this statement, and yeah, honestly, yeah, but it's the wording here is very interesting as well. I do agree with that, because assuming that the translation, of course, is not direct, but it's very clear that at the very least the intent with William was always for him to eventually lean into becoming Xana's pawn. And if they had continued into season 5, they would have continued that aspect. It doesn't necessarily say anything in particular other than William likely would have still been causing trouble. And that he is drawn to the dark side. Which it's
Okay.
those wordings specifically.
A question for you, Wezi. Is this from IFSCL? Or, God, is this from Kolyoko FR?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and was this the only thing that was mentioned about William? Is this the only question?
There's another question about William. Like, give me a second. Oh my god.
All right.
Oh my god.
Representative of Xana.
Hello,
I'm William
is I at
Dunbar.
the UN? I'm representing.
Fucking William in like a lawyer suit. Like,
Yeah.
hello. I'm representing Xana.
Okay.
Chemical Romance.
So I guess with the stuff that you found from the other interview, Wezi, is that I guess that kind of
Same interview.
no, yeah. But yeah, this one was kind of already known too. Yeah, it was always planned.
2016.
This one's from 2016.
Those are the only. This interview is from 2016.
Okay.
Here is the. If you want, here is the link. But yeah.
But again, the one above, the other one above is 2024.
Both are from the same interview.
Oh, well, I asked.
2016.
Okay, I want to find the one for 2024 because
For 2024.
because that's the one.
Apparently,
Apparently, we might have been misunderstanding this whole time.
Okay, hold on.
I mean, if not, if they don't have
pretty sure
it,
the 2016 one is the one we referenced, but give me a second.
well, the 2020 interview, they talked. there was a segment talking about what are Sophie's ideas for her own season 5. Remember, and one of them that was discussed was William being repossessed again. I thought she brought it up again in that interview, and so I'm hearing from Emu and another person saying that they were that's never the plan for the future of William. Because what did that guy say?
Okay, here are the notes from the 2024 interview. IFSCL Season 4 was always meant to end the way it did. Unused nav skid. CL was not renewed. CLE is not canon. Rosa and hers would definitely be possible in the new continuation. Next news in summer 2024. Sorry.
Yeah, they said they were supposed to get news that summer. It's funny because they say that again.
So optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. You can't predict these things, so it's not all their fault. But just don't say that.
Continuation would take place directly after Season 4, not far away in the future or in our present. Continuation would continue to dig into the backstory to provide drama and red herring, like in CL. Continuation would be animated. Full Yumi confirmed. Sophie has a lot of ideas she never got the chance to do in CL, lack of time, so she has plenty of ideas for the sequel. The job of a writer is mainly about creating problems for the characters.
I referenced that earlier.
Those are the main points.
Oh yeah. I remember. I was I had such a reaction to that line.
I can call myself a writer. I agree. So yeah, but
it's one of those, like, it's important, but it's not the only thing you're doing.
Yeah,
you don't want to just make your, like, it's not about the struggle.
Suffering builds character.
It does.
She never mentioned William directly in that, at least from the notes. Specifically from the notes, she never mentioned William specifically.
Interesting.
I think that we're mixing. I think the big thing is that we were mixing statements of this 2016 interview and this 2024 interview together. I think
that's crazy. I swear, that was one of the biggest points of those videos, is we were talking about that a lot. I thought it was brought up again.
She has spoken about how she feels about William as a character.
Yeah. So now it really feels like then maybe the future of William, there's hope.
To be fair,
It's
there
up
was
in the
always
air.
hope.
Yeah,
Even
but
if
more
was just dead set on he
Yes.
has to be like one of Xana's puppets. There's still an entire team, and there's still execution. I don't think a story where, like, William willingly gives himself up to Xana can't work. Like, if you play into the whole, he's an outsider and the Warriors rejected him, and you have Xana manipulating him a little bit, and he's got other stuff going on, and then he just snaps and he's like, you know what, maybe the world would be better if I was just Xana's puppet, because I wouldn't have to deal with all your crap. And then he joins. Like, you would need some serious writing chops, but I think it could work. Or there's other angles that could happen, or they could just do double tragedy, where he just immediately joins and then immediately gets possessed again.
If they do that again, like, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, everyone will be
the funniest outcome.
It's funny. It's funny, but also very frustrating.
I mean,
yes.
I don't know what exactly will happen. The only thing I feel confident in saying, well, like, yeah, that's what's gonna happen, is he's gonna get reaped. I feel confident that just feels like where Sophie would go. The circumstances, the why, the how, the everything, I don't know. It could just be like evolution-esque, where, like, Xana's like, these guys treat you like shit. Why don't you just come back to me? I treated you so well. It could just be that, and William's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck yeah, you're right. Like, it could be it could be that.
I personally think, like, the most realistic, and this is just my, like, headcanon thing, and I've thought of this idea, like, a long time ago, but, like, if I was Xana, and I wanted, like, I think it'd be clear at the point of, like, I can't beat these kids on my own. I need help. But, like, and having William did such a great job with that, But in the end, it didn't work because he had a group of people trying to get him back repeatedly. So, what I would do if I was him, I don't know if they'll do this, but I think it'd be a pretty cool plot point if they did, is to get help from people who, like... Because Zeta is very powerful. He could pretty much get anyone whatever they want. Which would make it pretty easy for him to hire people, or just to have them on his team to help out, honestly. Even if he was going to betray the fuck out of them later, like... He can follow up with his promises. He can get anyone basically whatever he wants, especially if it's, like, in a more modern day, where, like, technology rules everything. Like you want 10K dumped into your bank account? Here you go. All you gotta do is do a few chores and you're rich. Because, like, having human help worked so well before, why wouldn't he try again with different people?
To end this topic... Though, again, I want to say, like, all we know is that Sophie's main purpose for William was to be a interference between Ulrich and Yumi and be possessed by Xana in seasons 2 to 4. If she had, and it was said, what it seems to be said here is that if she had that 5th season and it didn't end on season 4, William still would have been possessed throughout that season, it sounds like. So I think we must have gotten some misunderstanding or confusion there. So, like, we've also
just been running with the narrative
right.
that, like, the end of season 4, like, if season 5 had been planned, the end of season 4 would have been William gets saved down to earth, and then season 5 would have been them basically building up to fight to the finish. But that doesn't sound like... Now we have evidence that might not have been the plan. That no, like, season 4 would have ended with who knows what, and then season 5 would have been, like, everything building up to down to earth.
Yes, so that's what I was trying to get at. That's what it looked like. That's what Sophie said with that question. I was like, okay, so no saving William in season 4. They would do that sometime in season 5. But so now that's all cleared and we got that out of the way. So season 4, so we have William saved now. So now there's a season 5 in the works. So now we just have to wait to see what they decide to do with William. And I wonder if they know. And again, we don't. With what Rebecca was saying sometime earlier, you don't want to always go with what the fans want, but this is like one of those kind of big ones that you kind of want to maybe do. But again, I won't be. Yeah, but this one is just feels like it would have pleased
let alone
everybody. Actually, like, you don't want to do all these ideas to please everyone, but this one would have pleased everybody. Like this one thing, I won't be like I'll be upset. I would for sure be upset, but I wouldn't. I'm always gonna be curious to see how they do it. Anything could be done right for sure. I think someone had some. It sounded like exactly. Anyone have anything else to say before we move on?
I will say one thing. Well, a couple actually. For one, the assumption. I should always note that I have never ever said, because I'm the one with the I'm the one who said that down to earth. It feels like it was an ending for season 4.
Yeah.
I have never said that it was.
Yeah.
I have never ever said that.
For sure. Yeah, we've always said that's what it felt like.
That is my theory, but I've never ever said that it was.
Yeah, that was always a theory, and I think like even saying Sophie would have like just had William be repossessed. That's also just a theory. That's speculation. We're not in the writers' room of season 5 of Code Lyoko.
I mean,
we can't know anything right now.
Like, the original intention for Down to Earth was going to be in season 5, but then we had and who knows, maybe it would have been halfway through season 5, and then we would have gotten a couple episodes.
Hold on. No. At least, and we can't say something like that because season 5, as we know it, has never gotten past anything but conceptualization.
Yeah.
Speculation even is a better.
This was This was they got the news that season 5 wouldn't have happened during production of season 3. I thought it was season 4, but it was season 3 is what Emu says. And Emu probably knows more than us too. Now that he has the most connections with some of the artists and VAs, and now Jerome Sophie. So I'm not saying he's confirming anything.
What was the name of the dude that stole the nuclear battery?
Peter Duncan. How dare you forget?
Thank you.
Oh, he's put it out in his bingo card.
I thought you were joking, but then I'm like, oh, you're not as cooked on Peter Duncan as we are.
You should. You should know.
I remember the character. I just forgot what his name was because it's been a while.
You should never ever forget it.
Oh my gosh. Here I am. You didn't think I'd let you have all the fun with Peter Duncan, did you?
Yes.
Thank you, Colton.
Perfect. Oric right there.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure if it was
no, I caught it. I knew you were doing.
I got it. I will just briefly say that at the very least, it is clear that Sophie seems to have the idea that William has always kind of been on the outs with the group, that he has never really been a part of the group, and that is all we know, that his intention was always meant to be that he was drawn to the dark side, which is sort of what happens within Code Lyoko itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's very complicated in that he wasn't really drawn to the dark itself within the show. It's just more of what happened to him was an accident. Yes, it was because of his hot-headedness.
Yeah, he's rebellious and impulsive, but he wasn't like an objectively bad guy.
Yes. And like that's hold on. That's at least where she stands. Other things to point out though. Sophie did also help write the episode Cortex, which is one of the big ones towards William's redemption arc in Evolution. Like, she was one of 4 writers for that episode, but she did help write it.
Very interesting.
And she is also partially responsible for Evolution's literary Bible, and I am 100% sure William's redemption would have also been a massive part of that Bible. Granted, Evolution wanted certain things as well, and ultimately she was doing a job. And she was not the head writer of Evolution. And it's very clear that Evolution didn't really treat her all that well. But it is something to say that she has at least contributed to a William redemption arc in the past. So,
also, I mean,
it's a matter...
The response in the interview that started all this discussion, that's in response to why didn't he get a redemption in Code Lyoko proper. That's not in response to what her plans are for season 5.
Exactly. That's where the confusion lies.
It's fair. No, it's fair. Had Xana not been putting the pressure on in season 3, had the Warriors not been feeling stretched thin, William wouldn't have been invited to join the group.
Okay. If William didn't exist and he just never went to Kadic at all, and we're at like season 3 and they're like, we could really use some more help, what would the Warriors have done?
Probably Jim, honestly.
No, they
need someone on Lyoko.
They're not going to invite Sissy. They're definitely not inviting Jim. So, like, what's going to happen? Are they just going to keep struggling on their own?
Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Nothing. I guess they just would write it differently. They would have had to just write it differently.
Yeah, because it was like, I mean, the pressure was there because, the writing's like, we need William. They need the Warriors. They need to justify the Warriors letting William into the group. But like,
to be fair,
William,
that is a realistic problem.
Yeah,
what
if
I mean, along with saving the world.
So would you say anyone they had invited? Like, what if there's just some random kid? They're like, yeah, I think they're cool. We're gonna rope them
Jeremy's
into this 'cause we
brother.
need the help.
Cousin.
Matthias.
I guess you just have to ask Sophie what she means.
Giant toothbrush.
I like does.
God.
I wouldn't say. I guess I wouldn't say William joining the Warriors was organic on either side of the. The Warriors were forced into inviting him, and William had been, in some aspects and regards, been trying to get into the group. Like, are we going to deny that he wasn't trying to join their group? And yes.
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
Honestly, plenty of very good friendships
result
from someone forcing their way into the friendship. Flowers. I'm not saying that that's explicitly a problem here.
Flowers or William.
Yeah.
Like, yes, and I'm not saying it's an inherently bad thing that he forced his way in, even though am arguing that he's a bad character, or he's a bad person in some regards. But
wrap it up.
Are we gonna deny that he, in some regards, was not trying to get into the group?
No,
I mean,
he was.
Wanted to get into the group, but like, you know who else wanted to get into the group? Sissy. And you know what? She never succeeded, ever. Even though she's literally done way worse things than William has, and has resorted to straight up blackmail and manipulating the powers that be to her favor, and none of it worked. If the Warriors didn't want William in, they wouldn't have invited him in.
Steve, you mean Kama saying no the first time.
Yeah, I don't want to be rude.
Yes,
like,
if she changed her mind.
I know.
Yeah.
What are the points of the individual we have, like, discussion-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god.
This was... Yeah, I know.
This whole William talk could be its own episode.
I know. I'm not...
Editor, speed this up. Put funny music over it.
That's me.
the half talking, like super fast talking.
I think. We're either going to get a version of this, or this is going to be completely out. And
extended cut.
Yeah, right.
Sign up for a Patreon for the extended cut of us bitching about William for three hours.
Genuinely. Join the Discord.
This entire conversation.
Okay,
no,
what's next?
Wezi was cooking at one point of like just wrapping up the topic. I don't know if he had anything else to end it with there, but it sounded like you were reading something.
No, we do not know what Sophie has planned for William. It could go either way. It seems as if her intention with the character is that he was never really a part of the group, but we don't know what that is now.
Yes.
It seems that she had been involved in writing his redemption arc in Evolution. Whether that's an aspect of Evolution that she likes or not, we'll never really know. And we're not going to know how exactly she feels about William moving forward until we get this season put to screen. So, who knows?
Exactly. No, I appreciate...
Next topic.
Yeah, I appreciate all the cooking there because it was really well said.
Thank you.
Hold up, guys. Wait. We have an opinion from Bookbird about Code Lyoko.
She doesn't like it.
Okay. Yeah. Opinion bad.
What would she say?
What?
They didn't hear you. Come back. They didn't hear you. Come back.
Just say it.
She said Jeremy is the worst.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, don't.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Flower.
sure.
I mean, we knew she thought that.
Yeah.
It just needs to be immortalized in a video for the whole internet to remember.
I did forget that Sophie wrote a few episodes. Was it only how many was it? Cortex and
Cortex and I believe Xana 2.0, but I can.
Yeah, it was like early ones because she definitely left kind of early.
Yeah.
So,
she left early in Evolution.
But I really liked.
But she did write Cortex.
Yeah, and then helped probably with the Bible, you said, which was really interesting because I mean, obviously she did that with the original, and they had the PDF files before the direction was confirmed where they were going, which route they were going. So yeah, there's hope for sure for those fans.
Wait.
What were you gonna say?
My God. Okay, we have Xana 2.0 and Cortex that she wrote. I actually do need to check something. Hold up.
Don't tell me.
I just remembered something.
Mutiny? There's no way, though.
She wrote Mutiny. No.
It's like, gosh, that's long. It's down the road.
Hold on.
If William...
Okay, I have one of the things.
Oh, yeah, what?
I have one of the things at the very least. You all remember the Code Lyoko Reloaded production files?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember the Justin Bieber, yep.
Tall,
But
handsome,
no.
strong, confident, athletic musician, and somewhat of a loudmouth. He creates problems between the heroes by flirting with Yumi and becoming Odd's confidant. After joining the team during his first mission on Lyoko, Xana possesses his mind and makes him its henchman. The Lyoko warriors will then fight to get him back, and he will finally be saved. William has managed to get away from Xana's influence thanks to the Lyoko warriors. Now fully accepted by the group, he still has a mysterious side, and still is a seducer.
It's so weird. God, I wish I had remembered all this before. I feel so bad now.
Yeah, I just remembered that. Wait a minute, we do have post Code Lyoko. We don't know if Sophie was involved. Do we know if Sophie was involved with Reloaded?
I would assume so. I would assume
so as well. Because Reloaded became Evolution.
Exactly.
So even this doesn't appear to say much about
I do still advocate William as a more fleshed out character would just make things way more interesting. Even if you are just like, no, he's the face of Xana, like it had so much more when he's got more going on than just goofball kid who somehow joins the warriors, flirts with, causes trouble with one of the love triangles, and then oops, he got possessed.
I just like to see. Yeah. I like to see that right there. But don't know about the. I'm curious about the mystery side and still seducer part, but just don't betray the group or anything.
If we just like all wish for it really hard.
Yeah. We deserve William Justin Bieber. Actually, Momo, how do you feel about William Justin Bieber?
Yikes.
You don't like it?
When I think of a emo variant of William in like the real world, or like some kind of band variant, I would think of like My Chemical Romance, like Black Parade,
I said that earlier.
My Chemical.
Oh yeah.
Definitely listens to that already.
Oh, 100%.
The other thing, Anthea is still alive, which is really cool to hear.
Yeah, I think that's the most interesting narrative thing you can do in season 5. So.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rebecca.
It was always my opinion that she's just dead. Like, the most likely scenario is that she's just dead. But the more interesting one is that she's alive.
Yeah, it does make it more interesting. I want to know what happened after everything and what she's where is she right now? What's she doing?
Where is she?
Where is she?
Tyrone.
Given no. Like additional content, I was content to be like, yeah, she's just dead.
Now, with Thomas Romaine being a part of it again, will we see darker tones in season 5? What do y'all think?
I feel like it just needs to lean into the darker elements.
Yeah, because I'm very curious with Thomas's involvement now. Like,
all right, if they're making it for the fans and because it needs to be dark, it needs to lean into those darker elements that a lot of the fandom wanted them to lean into. If they're making it for a larger, more general audience, I don't necessarily think. I think it should still be darker, but I don't think it should probably go as dark as I think a lot of the fans want it to.
Yeah,
it should be more adult
the fans
in
have
how
had
it addresses the dark tones of the show, but I don't necessarily think if you want to focus on serving what the fans want, it's darker than if you're more so just making the show for a more wider but not like general audience, if you know what I mean. Like if they want more people to engage with the show, I think they should lean more into being more adult with the themes, but I don't necessarily think they should make it darker.
Yeah, that's what everyone's on the same page.
But if they're making something just for the fans and for themselves, yeah, it needs to be darker.
If it's made for TV versus if it's made for us.
You know, when it comes to the fans, a lot of fans actually say that they want it darker, but they don't want it crazy dark. So
I mean, there's
I've heard.
I've heard that they want it darker than it already is, but not like fucking edgy dark. Like
I've heard most fans prefer a more edgy.
How much edgy are we
talking? Take on Code Lyoko.
Like what? Are we talking about like Samurai Jack? Are we talking about Samurai Jack type edgy? Because I don't know about that. I don't hear that shit.
At least from what I've heard, a lot of people really want to like lean into like the deep depths of darkness within darkness.
Okay. Well,
alright.
well, they ain't getting
Yeah.
it. I don't know where. I haven't heard any of that anywhere. That ain't happening. Okay, so
Form of penance
now,
for your many crimes.
since they are decanonizing evolution, do we think at all that they will like keep some of the concepts without actually like keeping like Tyrone will not be kept, Laura probably won't be kept, but like would they bring certain characters that are similar?
There's a chance that there will be similarities just by pure coincidence.
Maybe,
coincidence of both of them being CL continuations. Like, they're both gonna have the return of Xana. Like, I think I would be shocked if season 5 isn't about the return of Xana.
Yeah.
So
it's actually slice of life comedy now.
It's actually pure Carthage. Like the entire season is just Carthage.
That'd be interesting.
We don't even see the kid.
Yeah, I know.
You only see Jeremy at the end reading all of France's diary, and that's it.
It's God.
Whoa!
I know I said this jokingly earlier, and I don't know if you're gonna edit that in now or I just say it again. I think they could just literally do an Into the Lyoko verse and try and make everything canon.
Oh boy, that'll never happen.
They could just go the abridged route.
With what the stuff that Wezi shared a moment ago about Sophie working on evolution, actually, I forget. It makes me think again that maybe we could see some concepts from evolution. Like I don't know what all she came up with. Like, did she help come up with Tyrone or Laura? Like, will they? I'm not saying they're gonna add those characters. Maybe they'll just give them other names.
Are the ninja-like characters returning?
I doubt it. I doubt any. I doubt anything with Cortex will be involved. I feel like a character like Tyrone could be involved. Maybe just not have the name.
What was his name? They're gonna turn him back into Alan.
Alan, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, like I can see.
They have something like that cooking.
I can see them, like kind of touching on some of the evolution concepts because there were good ones out there that were executed poorly that we've talked about.
But imagine Flower's reaction if Laura did show up.
That would be wild.
Yeah, that would be wild.
I'd be hyped too.
I trust the OG Code Lyoko team to do a much better job of Laura than like Evolution did.
I don't know.
If Laura appeared in an episode, if Laura appeared in the episode, the fandom would go nuclear.
After William gets repossessed. Laura appears a couple scenes later.
Laura gets
this season is trash.
William gets the episode. William is already possessed, and then at the very end, it's just like we're gonna need some more help.
No,
Laura.
no. It just. I guess it would end with like, hey, we have a new student here today, class.
Yeah.
I can already imagine the MCU end credits cutscene where Laura just shows up.
And
all is not animated.
Crying.
She's live action against a 2D background.
Yeah.
You know what? Laura appears and then the Prowler music goes.
Ooh, I can't. Yeah. I don't know what I was trying. Yeah, keep that in the video, sure. No, I was trying to do the fucking. I'm an idiot.
The Prowler noise. I don't have a soundboard to actually do it.
Yeah. Actually, with Tanya Colombo and Thomas Remain back on season 5, they're do Xanadu. They should do Xanadu.
That would be that'd be some kind of reference crazy. Though. It would be all I need.
Yeah.
Full circle. Full circle, guys.
Operational. Xana survived.
I want my
in
idea.
The recesses of the Xanadu supercomputer.
William is like, oh, you guys are talking about that Xana dude?
Oh my god. Yeah, that would be the only reference we get. That's our full circle, everybody.
I hate everything.
Imagine though but imagine the two that
bad. The fandom's bad.
Imagine the two
Lyoko.
the two creators that started it all, and they're back, and they end it in a certain way. That's like full circle would be so good.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm gonna just go ahead and post these pictures. I don't feel like reading them, but I'm gonna post them.
Fair.
Maybe I'll read them.
Okay.
Yeah, do you want someone else to
Maybe
read them?
Josh done.
It's up to y'all. I'm not telling anyone what to do.
Their
I just kind
journey
of done. Sorry, go ahead.
Data Animation, Jerome. The studio was founded 6 years ago and now consists of 6 team members working in children's animation. They produce a lot of documentary and immersive animation projects and were among the first animation studios to adopt Unreal Engine. Through this experience, Jerome learned the role of a producer. It's a very exciting adventure that he greatly enjoys, as it allows him to work on the kinds of projects he is passionate about. 2. Professional relationship between Jerome and Sophie. Sophie. Jerome and Sophie immediately connected on a professional level thanks to Code Lyoko. They have had the opportunity to work together on numerous animated series over the years. Sophie is the head of data animation. 3. Other projects. Sophie. Sophie and her studio are currently working on a series, Mecha Nikki, aimed at teenagers. The project is currently seeking funding. She hopes to see it go much further and eventually become a fully realized production. Oh, so she's already working on something else.
Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah. She's doing 2.
Well, she wouldn't be a showrunner.
No.
She'd be the. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I hope she's not going to try and be the showrunner of 2 different shows. Don't do that to yourself.
Still a busy bee, but.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not Dada animation? As in Dada is?
I called it Dada.
Oh,
but...
it might be. It might be. I might be pronouncing it wrong. That
okay.
might be on me.
It's like a style of theater
okay.
that's.
You're right.
That's ridiculous. Absurdity. It's absurdity.
Mm-hmm.
That would fit for an animation studio name, so, like, yeah, it might be.
I don't know if I should actually, like, share all of these. This one just talks about... I mean, unless y'all really want to read all, see all of these, but some of this, like, this next one's about, like... This question is, do you watch recent anime? Like, and just... I don't know, do y'all care?
Not really.
That's
I'm gonna scroll. Yeah, I'm gonna scroll through these. Okay, here's inspiration behind Lyoko's.
All right, here we go. Inspirations behind Code Lyoko. Sophie. Visually, I can't really answer that question since that was primarily Tanya and Romaine's work. Narratively, perhaps The Matrix played a small role, but what interested me most was the contrast between everyday school life and the secret life where a group of kids is saving the world. Honestly, I gotta sidestep. That's also why I like Code Lyoko. That's one of my favorite things about it. Anyway, I wasn't directly involved in guiding the writing, and the writers weren't working from any specific source of inspiration. As for the action scenes, honestly, almost any action movie could have inspired me at some point. Jerome. Not really The Matrix, no. The idea was that the children would enter the virtual world much like players entering a video game, and at the end they would switch everything off and return to reality. One of the messages we wanted to convey was that the virtual world is not the real world. That's why emotions, friendships, relationships, and all the personal stories taking place in the real world were ultimately the most important part of the series. Sophie. Early during the writing process, while working on the series Bible, one of the writers suddenly found the key to the story and asked, "What exactly is Jeremy trying to do?" The answer was simple. He wants to materialize Aelita. That realization gave us the central objective of the first season and defined Jeremy's main goal. From there, the entire series began to take shape.
I like because Aelita was never a part of Garage Kids from what we are aware of.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's been several people who put her back in.
Yeah. The way it sounds, though, that question of what is Jeremy trying to do sounds like it led to the creation of Aelita. Like, at the very least.
That is very interesting. 3. Set design and real-world inspirations. Jerome. I never attended that particular school, but I was looking for a large campus. My brother lived nearby. Yui's house is actually based on my brother's house, and he told me, at Lacanau, there's a stadium and a large park. We obtained permission to visit the campus, and I went there with my production designer to take photographs of the location. That's ultimately how we decided to use it as the basis for Kadic Academy. As for Il Seguin, we were looking for an abandoned factory. The Billancourt industrial site had already been deserted at the time. So I simply contacted the local authorities and asked whether they had any photographs of the area. They sent me an entire CD-ROM full of reference photos. Oh, that's cool.
Very interesting.
I mean, this is how it works in a lot of
Yes.
animation production.
Yeah, Code Lyoko isn't special, but like it's still neat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In this regard, anyway.
It's nice that they gave them an entire CD full of reference photos.
I know, that is super crazy.
This is 2002 photos too.
Yeah.
It would be cool if someone still had that CD and they could just upload it to the internet, but wishful thinking.
Yeah.
It 100% got lost or destroyed or whatever during the Moonscope buyout.
It's possible someone just has it in their basement somewhere.
I mean, yeah, but I'd be more confident that it got trashed during the Moonscope buyout.
Possibly. Or even before then. 4. The Hermitage. Jerome. The Hermitage is based on a traditional Meulière house, a style commonly found around the Paris region. We explored several neighborhoods in the southwestern suburbs of Paris and took reference photographs of the surrounding architecture. 5. Code Lyoko's budget. Jerome. The budget was fairly average for an animated series of that period. We were actually supposed to introduce another monster during season 4. The design was completed, but we never had the opportunity to include it in the show.
I wonder if that might have been the scorpion.
That might have been.
Oh, the scorpion.
Worm.
Oh, the worm.
I'm
Yeah.
betting on the worms.
Okay.
They have a model.
Yeah, I mean, there's models
or at least
of a lot
that
of
looks
them.
like a model.
Yeah.
That's true.
6. Why give Xana Jeremy's appearance in Ghost Channel? Sophie. I think it was simply a matter of narrative logic. In the context of that episode, it made sense for Jeremy to be the antagonist. More generally, there was never a specific strategy behind Xana's possessions. Xana chooses its targets according to the needs of the situation, whatever is most logical at that particular moment. Xana is a program, so it operates according to a form of logic. Looking back, choosing an antagonist without a fixed face was probably a very good decision. Sophie. What interested the writer, either Bruno or Frederick, was the idea, what if Xana created a virtual replica of the entire school? What would happen? The entire story was then built around that concept.
It'd be really cool.
And it was.
I don't know if I agree with there was never a specific strategy, specifically in regards to... Okay, one sec.
I think it was more like just generally, like they didn't write Xana with a particular strategy. He had some logics, but the show's also kind of inconsistent, so.
Code Lyoko inconsistent? There's no way. I can't believe this.
7. Xana, its goal and its logic. Sophie, the idea of machines surpassing humanity is a classic theme in science fiction. At the beginning of the series, Xana's ambitions weren't entirely clear. By season 2, however, we started to establish more elaborate narrative foundations, clearer rules for the universe, and a better understanding of how the heroes would fight against it. At its core, Xana's objective is to eliminate the human factor from the equation.
And take over the world with giant teddy bears.
Woo!
Yes.
11. Project Carthage. Question. Franz explained that Project Carthage was intended to counter enemy communications, but in reality its purpose was to oppose the Eastern Bloc. Was the project ultimately supposed to take a form similar to what Xana later became? Sophie. The original goal of Project Carthage was already the development of a multi-agent system. Franz refused to complete it. Instead, he destroyed his invention and went into hiding.
By creating a different multi-agent?
Yes.
That one kind of confused me a bit, but...
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense if he, refused to complete it and then someone else completed it for him, and he's like, oh, I need to make another multi-agent to counter my other invention. And then it, backfired on him. But it would also mean whoever's behind Project Carthage is, very interested in Xana, because that's basically what they wanted Franz to build, and he wound up building it.
I mean, isn't
exactly
that basically what Chronicles explores?
I used the
in
stones
a way,
to destroy
in a
the
really
stones.
cursed way.
17. Odd. LGBT+? What was the intended sexual orientation of the character? Jerome. There were two aspects to it. Both back then and today, young male characters are often voiced by women. At the time, we discussed the idea that emphasizing Odd's more feminine side could be an interesting and distinctive creative choice. 18. The U.S. adaptation. Wait, what were we going to say? Sorry.
That's such a
non-answer. It is!
Yeah.
18. The U.S. adaptation Representation. Concerns about Odd's voice? Sophie. I've never heard that criticism before. Odd is a young teenage boy who hasn't gone through puberty yet, so he's obviously not supposed to sound like Barry White. He has a higher pitched voice, just like a young boy whose voice hasn't broken yet.
Okay. Cool.
It's such a crazy comparison, but anyway.
Let's get Barry White on this. Season 5. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, shoot. Matt? Is his name Matt?
Matt.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. Barry White's coming in.
What about what was it, Jim the pole dancer?
I want that in season 5
Yeah.
too. You know what? This reboot is for us. Give people what they want.
This is what we've been waiting for.
To the Pack of the King of Disco theme.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Lyoko. I'm sorry.
Yes, exactly. Code
Lyoko.
Thank you. Code Lyoko. We have Byleta Stones, Old Queer Stirred, Odd, Jerome Belpois, okay. Yumshi Ishiyama.
16. Jeremy on Lyoko. Did he ever have a character design? Jerome. I can't tell you. Only Tanya and I know what it looks like. But maybe one day.
That was the first hint in that interview.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that was like the
Jeremy on Lyoko.
Probably, but like that was the first hint that they were have some news to tell us later. So it was a little wink.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Wezi.
But I actually want to point out, because Tanya was only in production season 1, right?
Sorry?
No,
Yeah, I mean, season 1 has that
through,
episode where he goes and he looks ridiculous and all that stuff.
Yes, she was involved all the way through. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
I thought she was.
Yeah, I think she was. I remember the season 4 premiere. She was signing that one iconic picture.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
That's right. Well, never mind.
You're good. Yeah, so I feel like hopefully we'll get that. That'll be interesting. So the next one
can finally rest and not just default to the Chronicles elf costume.
Oh God, yeah, I know. Peter Pan.
God,
shit.
yeah.
I got 3 more of these.
8. Several episodes feature clones saying, "Your orders, Xana." Are they independent from Xana? Jerome. Xana is a multi-agent system. The Spectres are therefore agents of that system. Oh.
So he just talks to himself?
Yeah.
He says at your orders to himself?
Yeah, I mean, so he's like making minions. Like there's Xana, and then he has his minions. So he's like it's like his monsters. They're like the monsters are like at your order, Xana, because their specters are monsters, just like the blocks and the crabs are. So,
like the whole thing is Xana, but then there's also like the main thing that's going like here's the
Oh right, okay,
commands.
I get it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the brain. The body is all the guys, and the brain is.
I never really thought the Spectres was like the same Spectre or was Xana as a kid. I always just thought that was like a separate thing.
Yeah, I mean, I also interpreted that as like, oh, that's like Xana is putting the character under his control. Like, oh, he's like hypnotizing them almost. But that actually is like, no, that's the Spectre remote piloting someone else and being like, okay, Xana, I possess the guy, following your orders.
Yeah. What do I do next here? I think.
Sorry, what are you gonna say? Now I'm just standing. That's what happened.
Yeah. Xana, I'm waiting. What the fuck am I supposed to do here?
I don't know, walk or something. I'm busy.
Go hug him.
Gotcha. Go hug him.
9. Why the multi-agent system concept? Sophie. It was important for us to create something unusual. We needed a supervillain powerful enough to justify the amount of trouble Franz Hopper had gone through. I won't discuss the backstory because I'm not allowed to. Franz Hopper and Jeremy are both portrayed as extremely high-level computer scientists, so the program created by Franz had to feel genuinely extraordinary. There's also the fact that multi-agent AI was a thing. Like, that's a real thing in AI. And yeah, Xana being a multi-agent AI does make sense. from that perspective. Even though the show obviously doesn't care a ton about like being realistic, that is like one thing that does kind of work in its favor.
What, that it doesn't care that much about being realistic?
No, that Xan is a multi-agent system.
Oh, okay.
I like how, in preferences, I won't discuss the backstory because I'm not allowed to. That's very interesting too. Very interesting.
That is very
Someone signed a contract about it.
Yeah, so they're told so they were given what they could share. So I like that.
Which means
probably means something has changed / been updated. Yeah, will be discussed.
Makes me feel more that this stuff is really moving along, because that's what I'm hearing, is that stuff is moving along now finally.
That there are contracts in place.
Stuff being finalized. Not finalized, but being finalized. So that's better than what we had 2 years ago.
We made it, chat. Code Lyoko is real.
Code Lyoko real.
10. Backstory. The Second Punic War in Carthage. Why those references? Who is Hannibal? Sophie. I wanted Jeremy to explore mythology and history. Even the Skidbladnir comes from mythology. Everything started because I remember the famous phrase, Carthage must be destroyed. Carthago delenda est. Sophie. At the end of season 4, Bruno and I wrote a special episode that was essentially a feature-length story split into 2 parts. In the end, it was never produced, but it's still sitting in a drawer somewhere. The script still exists. It involved a very unusual journey into the past with a narrative structure somewhat reminiscent of The Terminator. While writing it, I signed a confidentiality agreement with Midscoop. I wasn't allowed to talk about it.
What?
Okay.
Well, I mean, we knew about this, but we have never known details. What?
Yeah. Didn't you on
the last episode? Code Lyoko, the last episodes.
The last
like,
episodes.
We knew about the movies,
Lyoko, colon Terminator.
Terminator.
I mean,
that's shocking.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Very dark sounding.
That would be code colon Lyoko colon Terminator.
So like I'm curious though, like since Moonscoop doesn't exist anymore, are they allowed to talk about it? They didn't go into detail obviously, but
NDAs can be transferred to new parties.
Okay.
So I mean it depends on what the buyout conditions and everything of Moonscoop was when Dargot acquired them.
I want that script.
What happened?
Give us the script. Give us the Terminator script.
Yeah, please.
Elements of I was gonna say elements of that could end up in the new season. We're getting Code Lyoko Terminator.
Yeah, that's like so they don't because if they wanted to talk about maybe they could have depending on Dargod, but
are you ready for Code Terminator?
Yes.
I got one more
a crossover somebody made.
You're getting very white and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
Last picture.
13. Anthea, Sophie, and Jerome. Anthea is a character who disappears and later returns in Season 5, Code Lyoko Evolution, which is not considered canon. She was never brought back in the original series because there was simply no narrative need to do so. However, within the backstory, Anthea is still alive. 14. Return to the past. What were the constraints? Sophie, when we developed the concept for Season 2, I added several new elements. The goal was to justify the return to the past and fully integrate it into the narrative structure of the series. It also served as a way to influence the balance of power between the heroes and their enemy. Sophie, internally we used to call it the Hopla. It was a fantastic idea, but we needed to find a trick, a solution, and, more importantly, a way to justify it. The supercomputer proved extremely useful for that purpose. It was a machine far ahead of its time, and we managed to combine this powerful, almost magical solution with the grounded reality of the series. In many ways, that's one of Code Lyoko's defining signatures. Jerome. Sophie put a tremendous amount of work into making it fit naturally within the story.
I mean, it worked. The whole the return to the past makes Xan stronger works. Like I mean, I don't. There's not really much to say there.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the world, oh, sorry, go on.
I think. I mean, it only really doesn't work in retrospect of the fact that rule wasn't there in Season 1. But because Season 1, the power scaling's all over the damn place. Aside from Ghost Channel existing.
Howdy. How's it going, everyone?
Still talking about the
Lyoko's
interview.
back.
Yeah, Lyoko's back. How do you feel?
Yeah.
I told you I'm gonna go audition for Peter Duncan, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They get the dubbing rights. They're gonna at least bring back the English cast. I don't know about all the other countries. That's a lot. We'll have to see what they can do. I have
George, hold on, George. Earlier you said you're a 30-year-old man.
Yeah, and I'm old enough to do puns.
You're clearly a 30-year-old dad with the jokes you make.
Yeah.
And you can't stop me.
Yeah, no one's stopping him.
Yeah, I know how you feel, bro. I didn't like my beard at first, but then it grew on me.
Fair.
Yeah, you got you. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Okay, so I have just a few more things that I want to bring up. Netflix was mentioned somewhere in the interview. I don't have clear information about that, but I think some people said it was just them bringing up that it returned to Netflix, but there was also talk about like where they would put Code Lyoko if it is, once it's ready to be aired. And I'm hoping that it's not like full rights, it's only streaming rights, distribution rights, because we know what could happen. I think they know that that's not a good idea themselves. They don't want any company or anything from the States to touch Code Lyoko, so it would have to be
like 5 episodes.
God.
Well, another thing too is like they're now even Netflix is even starting to pull shows like Kippo is getting taken off of Netflix this month.
Damn.
Yeah. She-Ra was taken off a while ago. I actually had a slightly different topic. I don't want to get too deep into it, but another thing to think about in regards to Code Lyoko coming back is Code Lyoko is a pretty expensive show using both 2 different mediums of animation, both 2D and 3D. Is that something that is going to stay in season 5? Are we still going to get the
honestly
2D and 3D?
I could see them doing fake 2D like how Claws is.
Oh yeah, what?
No.
Isn't that more expensive?
It is in some regards traditional animation is more expensive, yes, because every frame has to be drawn by hand and everything. But logistically in the macro production of a show, 2D animation and 3D animation aren't really actually all that price disparative in the grand scheme of things.
Fair. Either way, you still have to hire 2D artists, hire 3D artists, and everything that comes with both of those styles as well. So it's like, it would be at least a bit more expensive. I feel like Code Lyoko would be a bit more expensive of a show to manage.
We're gonna wrap this up. I just last thing I want to say is that they ended the interview saying that they will have more news after summer. We've heard this already before, and it took 2 years. Yeah, it took 2 years.
All right, see you guys in 2028.
So yeah, I think Emu was really sure that we'll hear something, but we'll have to see to believe it. But he did say things are actually moving fast now. So maybe we'll actually get another update in a couple months here, and I hope that update is like on like September 3rd, even though that's still in the summer. But on an anniversary day would be cool to hear like any kind of update, just being like, hey, rights have been finalized. That would be what I want to hear. Y'all want to feel old? Really old?
Yeah.
Dude. You're like, yeah. Say it. So there's a slight possibility that we could get season 5 for the 25th anniversary in 2028, September 2028. At least.
I still feel like that's too soon.
No, 2 years
Maybe a
minimum.
trailer?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
We already have an announcement technically, so like end of 2028 is a slight possibility. I think a good 3 years is more likely. I got through everything I wanted to talk about. We did it, guys.
All right. Should we
Only
record an
took
outro?
5 hours.
All right, see ya. I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm kidding.
Oh, bye.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Should we record an outro?
No.